Good evening, everybody. This is RealTalkChimp playing on the PlayStation 4 and streaming live Red Dead Redemption 2's Red Dead Online. We are streaming live on YouTube, RealTalkChimp. Warning, explicit content and language. Red Dead Online is a vulgar, disgusting, horribly beautiful game that's been abandoned by its predecessor, Rockstar Games. RealTalkChimp has not been abandoned, but is slowly fading away with sleepiness, as he hasn't slept in, almost 2 weeks now? A very strange phenomenon has taken over. With that being said, you have been warned! Oh, sorry, Sammy. Scared Sammy away. Sammy, come back! Sammy! Yes. I am so freaking tired that I am exhaustedly tired now. But I can't sleep. It's just not possible. An overwhelming stress, apparently. We're at 348 subscribers. It would be nice if we can get to 350 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you're new to the stream, consider liking the video. I mean, you don't have to, but if you like it, it I guess propels it up higher in the stream of Red Dead Online streamers, I guess. But subscribe to the channel because, yeah, like I said, we'd like to hit 350 before the end of the year, preferably 400 before the end of the year. Yeah. Right, mate, right. PLEASESUBSCRIBE to RealTalkChimp. Please subscribe to RealTalkChimp. Pin message. Okay. I missed it last night. I don't remember why. I just wasn't feeling like gaming. I had gotten myself sick, nauseous pretty badly on Monday night, and I couldn't shake it. And it was all because I turned around. First of all, I played too long. I played for over 4 hours. That's way too much. And I something else I can't think of. Oh yeah, I went to take out a cougar, and the horse turned violently, and I ended up getting so nauseous, like usual with the motion sickness. It's pretty bad that the rest of my night was ruined. Couldn't sleep, couldn't do anything else. And when Tuesday came along to hop in a Ghost of Tsushima or just play video games in general, I decided, you know what? I just don't want to. I don't want to look at the TV set. I don't want to, And I get like that too. Like if I'm watching a movie, or if I have to watch an advertisement where they're driving in a car, trying to sell cars, or there's some kind of emotion in there, I have to look away. And it's that sudden averted eye movement will also get the motion sickness, get my ass clapped. Wow, nothing spawned in yet. So we're here at Wapiti at our camp, but there's nothing here. Let's give it a moment for everything to spawn in. Is anything going to spawn in? Wow, this is really bizarre. There's nothing. We're at our camp right now. You can see the cans on the ground, but there's no crypts, no tents, no nothing here. And this is really taking a little bit. This is really odd. Why does it show the icon of my camp here, but nothing spawned in? It's like part of my campfire, but there's nothing here. Let's see if the collectible is here. I'm not seeing the collectible. That's usually at the tree right here. Nope, nothing here. Okay, yeah. I think we've just entered into the Twilight Zone. An invisible camp. Camp should be right here, but nothing here. Let's see if we can find...
Out.
What's that?
It bugged out. Either you reload in or move it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do is try to find the... you know, usually there's a fast travel here, but even that's not here. Okay, wait a minute. There's my horse stuff. Where you park your horse right here. Okay. It's kind of strange. Yes, I have no... Alright, so yeah, usually the fast travel just for Wapiti is there. Oh. Did my camp spawn back in? No? Still no camp? Okay. I saw the fast travel thing pop up, so I thought maybe, let's see, is it over here? What I'll do is I'll fast travel out and fast travel back. Let's see if I can fast travel back to camp for $1 hair. Thank you for whomever just hit the like button. I didn't see your name or anything for a shout out. It is Wednesday, November 30th, 2022, a little bit after 8 p.m. December 1st will be rolling through momentarily, although we're technically still in the fall in the United States. December will be rolling up, what, around the 21st or the 27th? Yeah, so my camp does not exist, apparently. I have spawned back to camp, and it is still invisible. How about a horse? Can I get a horse? See if there's any collectibles here. Nothing spawning in, huh? Well, since we missed a couple of days here, or actually a day, let's see what kind of day we can knock out. 5 animal meat sold, 10 animals killed with a bow. That should be pretty easy. I don't want to kill animals, but I got it. 5 bay belay picked. That's going to be out in Le Grau or Rhodes or that kind of area. 5 bullhead catfish caught. 3 player kills with a shotgun in showdowns. 5 ram's head picked. That's going to be up in the mountains. Big mushrooms. Successfully fended off an ambush. Wow, I haven't seen an ambush in the game. And when was the last time you got ambushed in this game there, Fable?
Maybe a couple months ago.
Yeah, right.
When I was actually on, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's been an ambush in quite some time. Yeah, that's really bizarre. If you're a bounty hunter, 2 bounties brought in from West Elizabeth posters. 2 bounties completed with 1 real world hour, within 1 real world hour. So that's doing a legendary or the $3 sign bounty, but taking the full 30 minutes to do it, but doing it within the 1 hour. So you get the maximum amount of money in XP. 3 bounty targets looted. That's always fun. I loot every bounty target regardless of what level you are. If you're a trader, it's 20 donations to crypts. It's anything from feathers to carcasses. 7 medium animal carcasses donated to crypts. Those are the animals that you're going to connect to the side of your horse. 10 small animal carcasses donated to crypts. Those are the ones you're going to put in your invisible satchel. If you're a collector, there's 3 American wildflowers found, 3 fossils found, 3 tarot cards found. The fossils are going to be the only one you're going to need. Your metal detector and shovel for wildflowers and tarot cards. Well, tarot cards you can pretty much just see with that little gold dust above it. But American wildflowers, also, you'll need to use your eagle eye for that. Moonshiner, 200 money made from moonshine sold. 3 moonshine bootlegger missions completed, and those are even just revenue agent spots. You can knock that out with that. Moonshine sold with 5 minutes left. Pretty easy if you're just going to do the local route. If you're a naturalist, 2 blending tonics crafted or used. 1 legendary animal photographed. And sedated animals revived. And if you manage to do 7 daily challenges, you'll get an extra 30 nuggets. If you happen to do an extra 9 daily roll challenges, you'll get an extra 30 nuggets. And currently, we should be technically, well, the 28th was a couple of days ago, so we're kind of in limbo between the 28th and 1st. So I guess technically you're going to be in this challenge streak. And it won't really start till December 1st, I guess. So it may still be sitting on this one right here for you, or it may have started immediately after the 28th, the 29th on challenge streak 1. Okay. So, yeah, with that being said, our camp still has not spawned in. Super weird. So let's we'll fast travel. Let's take a look at the map and see what city we're close to. The closest we're going to get to would be what? Valentine. All right, so we'll go to Valentine, and hopefully Valentine shows up. We'll go pay our bounty, and I don't know. Trying to see how things go here. Oh, Jesus Christ. What did you trip over? So right out of the gate, just crash. Alright. Let's go and fast travel to Valentine. Valentine, $2. Oh, let's see if anybody else joins us tonight. Or it may end up being a quiet evening. Did you, I know I probably asked you this before, but did you buy anything on Black Friday?
No.
did not get caught up in the shopping. I did end up buying 2 things on Amazon. I spent no more than $30. I bought 2 different flavors of Tic Tacs. So
Were they mint?
I haven't received them yet, but I got the orange, the ones that taste like orange.
Yes.
And I got the ones that are tropical flavored, but I haven't received them yet. It said December 4th. I figured that would be the closest that I would do it to a Friday. I still want to buy a tablet, but I'm going to wait till the next year or Christmas and see if anything changes. Because remember, tablets and PCs and all that stuff still aren't really cooperating because of the chip shortage. So we're still not really getting too many things that are new. Looking for the tarot card and not finding a tarot card. Let's look at the regular ones again. It's just I want to play Farmville, and I'm sick of squinting on my phone. 5 animal meat sold. Right.
Farmville is 2D, right? Or 3D?
Farmville is isometric from the top down.
Okay, that's how you don't really get nauseous.
No, yeah, and there's no real movement in vehicles or anything like that. I mean, there's a little trailer that comes in and goes out, but not, it doesn't really mess with you. I like I said, I've been playing it since 2009. Let's see if I can find anything in here. Don't hear anything. Oh, they're shooting up the town. Let's see, no tarot card. Don't hear the bottle of alcohol here. Let's get our dynamite arrows just in case. I got the wrong weapons here, but let's stick on incendiary, explosive, just in case we get into some shit here. I just want to go, where was I planning on going? Oh, why was I here? Oh, to go to the butcher. Go to the butcher. Let's get past these guys here. Go to the butcher and sell 5 meat so we can at least have something in the daily here. Well, we got our weapon out here. You guys are shooting a blah.
I was wondering when you'd be back.
So, alright, let's find some meat. We got 12-cent glands, so let's see, let's go 1, 2,
A lot of folk coming by with these lately.
3,
How many of these
4,
you kill? Okay.
5. Okay, that should do it. Yep, there's our 10 nuggets. Okay, now we have the street going here. I hate to loot from you, but I'm going to do it.
Come again.
Ooh, snake oil. That is a human player right there. That's not a lootable player. Okay. I get in trouble for looting. No. Yep, there's some getting in trouble for looting there. Alright, I'll go into the hotel and see if we can find any collectibles in there.
Somebody waved.
Yeah, somebody did wave as they
Friendly
went by.
player.
We hope, right? It still doesn't mean... Last time I waved, I got shot, so... but then I had everybody with me at the time, so... not hearing a jingle, jangle, jingle. No, not really hearing one upstairs. Well, I'm not upstairs, but we'll try to go upstairs and see. Usually you can hear it by now. Not hearing a jingle jangle up here. There's usually a comb sitting right here on this table, but I'm not seeing anything. Tarot card on the mantles of the fireplace. Not hearing or seeing anything. And here, one more room. If it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be in the chest, but not hearing anything. Okay, and not seeing anything, and nothing in here. All right. So vamonos from here. Go past the sheriff's station. Oh, excuse me. I don't hear anything, but usually you can find a tarot card up here, but I don't hear anything or see anything. I'll go up by the houses. Get away from these people. Sometimes you can find a comb in here. I don't hear or see anything. Nope. Okay. Metal detector is not picking up anything. We'll go up by the house up here. Sometimes by the clothesline. Again, you can usually pick up a coin or an arrowhead. But I've noticed this has been going on lately. The flower bed sometimes has a tarot card or a coin, or nothing is showing up in here as not being able to find things. All right, we'll get our horse and we'll head up into the hills this way. Let's try this last house. Don't see anything with an eagle eye.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Oh, come on, figure it out. Go around. All right. What was the temperature up here? 45 degrees. Okay. So we're going to shoot things with a bow. Let's put on small game, see what we can find. Watch out for that. I was hoping maybe the Maryland Mole or the Zen Naga would pop in tonight, but
Maybe Wednesday.
right, being that it's Wednesday, a different day, but let's see, where does this one take us? Can't read that sign very well. Fort Wallace that way. Let's take a look here at the map. It's basically a big circle. Okay. We'll go into the foresty area here. Maybe find a few birds. Hey, speak of the devil.
He heard.
Speak
Ask
of
and you shall
the
receive.
devil. See if the Zen Naga joins us, and there's a Zen Naga.
Hey, how you doing?
Good morning.
Zen.
Good morning.
Heard your last song last week. It looked like when we were playing on a Friday, you didn't join up, but I seen that you uploaded a song on Friday, so we figured, okay, then he's probably...
Actually, I did log on. I didn't see you online.
Oh, did that again, huh?
Why is it doing that?
There's Ram's Head right here. I don't know.
Well, you've been busy at Valentine.
I just went over there. My camp isn't spawning in for some reason.
Yeah, I logged in like what time I figured you'd be there. I checked a number of times, but
You didn't hop into the voice party because we were in here.
all right.
All the carrots. Yeah, if you don't see us in the game, just hop into the voice party.
I
you?
didn't see either.
You didn't see a voice party either.
Can't remember, but I didn't see either you or
Fable.
or Fable. What's your
Come again?
That's it. Sorry, I'm just looking at the posse at the moment. I'll just
Oh, it's Lakota Sioux.
yeah.
Who's that rabbit? Rabbity rabbit. A squirrely rabbit. Where are you? What are these hummingbird sage now? There's our last ram's head right here. That should be 5 of 5. Perfect. Okay. 10 nuggets. Murder? How did I just get murder? I haven't shot anybody, or...
Someone's been shooting up Valentine.
Are you in Valentine?
I am now. Well, I'm actually heading out towards where you are now.
Oh, there's a squirrel.
There's a posse here, but so far they haven't greased me.
Yeah, I stayed away. There we go. 1 out of 10. Kill with a bow.
So how's what's it? Prefab? What is it?
Periodic?
Yeah, periodic. How are you?
Not feeling too great today. Like, not didn't get as much sleep, and
Why is that then?
it just happens from
car
time to
right
time for no reason.
Everything has a reason.
I don't know.
I'm going to hop in here for a moment just so I can be a little bit safe. There should be some money on the ground. Take the money and run. I'm going to let Zen Naga and Periodic Fable chat for a moment while I go and use the restroom. So you both have the floor. I will be back in just a moment. You'll see me staring off into space while you... There's
So
a
what
player.
are you,
Is
what are
that
you
you?
playing at the moment?
Oh, okay, there you are. Good. Just protect me in case someone decides to come in and murder me in here, I suppose. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm just going to go use the restroom. So, Fable, Zen Naga, you all have the floor. Delta Ray Studio number 3, welcome, welcome. Shinobi Runner, how y'all doing? I'll be back in a moment.
Shinobi.
I'm going to keep the microphone out in case the kiddies want to...
Shinobi, you should join.
Right back.
Oh, were you asking something, Zen?
You all have the floor.
Yeah, yeah. What are you on at the moment? You're not on Red Dead. What are you on?
I'm on this one Japanese game. It's called what the Lacrimosa of Dane.
And what's that about?
It's a It's really hard to explain.
Is it like a Yakuza thing or?
No, it's not Yakuza. It's more like fantasy. It's like your party is shipwrecked on an island, and there's like this blue-haired maiden that you have to seek out.
All right. So when was the last time you was on Red Dead?
I was actually on with Chimp maybe actually 2 days ago on Monday. Yeah, just 2 days ago we were doing this we were glitching into this prison, the penitentiary. What's the weather like back home?
Always hot.
It's uncomfortable right now?
I don't think about that. It's no, it's not too bad at the moment because it's like winter time here, so it's probably like a hot summer there. So no, it's not too bad. The evenings are quite cool. So
That's good.
yeah, but I don't mind. Actually, I don't mind it because I don't really go out walking out and about. Everything's got AC here, so it don't really it don't really bother. It don't really bother me too much.
For being born there, the humidity bothers me.
Yeah, it used to like years ago. If I was sort of like, I used to do some work at a uni. So years ago, that sort of a little bit of walking was the humidity, but you kind of get used to it, really. The important thing is to walk slow, is not to exert yourself type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not too bad, and wear a vest. But no, these days I'm just in t-shirts and shorts, pretty much.
It's just the having long hair too, and then it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah,
along like the neck and the back. That's part of it.
Yeah, I must admit, since over the last few years, I pretty much have a very short hair now. I got myself a shaver that I can just. Well, I don't shave my head, but my hair's very short, and it's cool. I prefer long not long hair, but prefer to have my hair longer. But as you say, it gets too hot, so it's
I won't cut mine, so.
So how long is your hair?
It's down to my knees, actually.
Nice.
Why?
Would you give me just one braid so I can tie it onto mine?
You look. I bet you. I bet if you put, you know, they have the Thai ghost thing where they have the hair come down the front, yeah.
Right? Yeah, I could do
Oh,
just
you
like the
mean
Misfits.
No, like
like
cousin it.
Cousin
Oh yeah,
It?
that's true. Right?
What about the Japanese movie, The Grudge?
I
Ooh.
don't know that,
Japanese
but
one.
I know in Thailand they do like like
Shorty biscuits.
ghosts,
Where are you?
and they bring the hair down the front and stand there. Man, down to your did you say down to your knees?
Yes.
There's
Yes.
assorted biscuits. No,
You don't wear
I
it
want
down.
like that.
Do you wear it down or up?
I tend to braid it so that it's out of the way. But sometimes I wear it down.
Wow, that's long. So when was the last time you had shorter hair? When you was at school, I guess.
When I was a little girl. um, yeah, I don't remember. I don't. Uh, I've never had short.
Because usually, like with in Asia, when they have long hair, they usually, when they get their first broken heart, they cut it short.
Hmm.
Seems to be the habit out here.
When they get their heart broken by.
Yeah, I guess it's like a new me type thing. They tend to.
Oh, it's new.
I didn't want to do that. Oh well.
So Champ, what did you think of my idea that I blue skied you recently?
The recent song you uploaded?
No. Like I was talking about, like you get these people do these like Joe Rogan type thing. They always have famous people.
Oh, like the podcasts and things like that.
Yeah, but having people that just have an interesting story or interesting experience.
Oh no.
to share.
I like it. I've gone and done random interviews. Like I bring my phone with me because it's got a voice recorder on it, and I would do interviews like that, and then I would upload it when I got home. The thing is again, I'm kind of in a catch-22 because I don't have my radio station anymore. I don't have the viewership, and because I don't have the subscribers, nobody pays me any mind. So, like when we did that one episode of Real Talk Radio a couple of weeks ago now, unfortunately, we got no views at all, 0. So
yeah, but I think the thing is to a couple of things to remember is one, if it's regular.
Oh no,
you
I've
also
got
need- 300
300 episodes of Real Talk Radio that are sitting dormant because nobody will click on them. Let's see, that's back where we were.
Well, maybe like with using other aspects of social media and things like that. I mean, it's just like an ion drive as opposed to a rocket-propelled vehicle. Just let it
Right.
build up its own momentum. But I think the most important thing is that it would be no matter when you do your interviews or whatever, that it's that it's always on the same time each week type thing, so it's a regular thing because people are creatures of habit.
Oh yeah, no, I get it. Yeah. I wanted to, like I said, every Wednesday night do Real Talk Radio, but you can see kind of how it is just tonight. Nobody really showing up anymore.
Yeah.
Or they're off playing other games, so it's hard to tie them down.
But maybe like if you did the interview thing not via PlayStation, but like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You're much more an expert than me, but I don't know. I always find it interesting listening to you know, real life thing. Have you ever heard of Indigo Traveller
Why does it sound familiar to me?
or Bald and Bankrupt?
That one does not.
Well, Bald and Bankrupt is this guy from England. It's a little bit different. He goes to. They're quite similar in that they go to places like Bald and Bankrupt. He doesn't. One thing he never says on his channel is please subscribe or whatever. But he's really into Russia, but he's been banned from Russia now because I don't know, he did some. He went to like where they got the space shuttle thing in Russia when they was building their space shuttle. He sort of crept in there and had a look at it and things like that. He's fascinated by Russia and the mosaics and things like that. But he goes at the moment he's in Japan, and Indigo Traveller he goes to like at the moment, or recently he went to South Sudan. So what I'm not saying you should do things like that, which are quite extreme, but they just talk to ordinary people, you know. But I just think that I feel that if you did I don't know how you do it through YouTube, but you could have a, FaceTime, whatever it is, and and just start building up a bank of interesting, I don't know, normal people that have had interesting experiences. And, again, in the comments, you say if you've got an interesting experience, you want to talk about it, I mean, as I say, treat it like an iron drive, like slowly building momentum as opposed to a rocket-propelled thing and expecting results immediately, I mean, you can once you get going, you can get a bank of things that you could upload every week, It could still be broadcast live, even if it's pre-recorded, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's how, radio broadcasters, DJs, and whenever they needed to take a day off, they would pre-record their stuff and still air it as a live show, even though they clearly weren't live.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing you can do to keep it up as a regular, whether it was a Friday or whatever's the best day to upload. I think and my missus said once about she looks into certain things, what's the best day to load up to YouTube or Instagram and things like that, what's the best day of the week to do that, and if you did it on that time, as I say, slow, as they say in Thailand, cha-cha, slowly does it,
Right.
But I mean, as well as whatever else you've got your pies, you've got your fingers in, it's just like a little thing, and you can build up your following. And I would suggest you use Rumble as well. I mean, although Rumble you're not going to get so many views, but it's a new thing, and they seem to pay out better than YouTube if you get they call them rumbles, not likes or views. I don't know what they call it. But yeah, like you just whatever other pies you got your finger in, like just I mean, everyone's got an interest. They say that everyone's got a book. Everyone's got a book about their life, something that's happened to them.
Right. Why not steal it from them?
Well, the thing is about writing a book is, when people write a book, the common factor is that after 3 chapters they give up, because they sort of think, well, does anyone want to know this stuff? But if people have got a story to tell, it's why not? Whether it's whatever it is, whether it's an experience about travel that blew their minds, or about something like, I mean, I could fill you in on loads of gaps while you're building up your database type thing. I mean, as far as spooks are concerned, as far as UFOs are concerned, I mean, I don't know why I've experienced things that people don't experience, but things, I could, when you got a blank space, I mean, I could probably make you her call some of the stories, but
Let's hear it. We got nobody else coming on tonight, so I mean.
No, some things I'll just keep private.
I mean, Friday nights, you know, I always try to get the campfire stories going, but lately the Friday nights are becoming just me by myself again, you know.
Yeah, well, I didn't even see you. I didn't even see you last week. So, the whole time, to me, you weren't on all night, as far as I was
That's
concerned.
so freaking weird.
It's like a periodic. This is the first. She's not online now. Are you invisible? Periodic.
Yeah.
That's a catchy name, periodic table. What's your nickname? What kind of nickname can we give you?
Everyone just calls me Fable.
Fable, okay.
Yeah.
Good evening, Ladislav. Sorry I couldn't hang out with you with Ghost of Tsushima on Tuesday. I just wasn't feeling myself.
Yeah, we were gonna do that yesterday.
Yeah, he played. I watched his video. What is that, a little bunny rabbit? Come back here, bunny rabbit.
And the thing as well, champ, you've got a nice voice for
Collectible over here.
Interviewing and whatever, you know.
Right. Say diggable, but not a metal detector diggable. Let's see what this is in the middle of nowhere here. A box. Potentially a family heirloom. Let's see. Some lost jewelry. Somebody would just bury it completely randomly out here. What is that up there?
What do you think, Fable? Would that interest you? Sort of like just normal people and their experiences?
You mean for talk radio or?
Yeah, I guess it's like a talk radio, but I mean, it could be. You could still for YouTube. You could still have a visual. You know, maybe some people are happy to be there, or you just have a. I don't know. You know, it could be a different thing every time. You know.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because I mean, when you hear about famous people, like, you know, you like, I don't know, you pretty much know their life, that they're a famous actor, a famous singer, whatever.
Nice, Ladislav. Well, hop on in right now. Let's interview you. Let's find out if you have a black dick, or a red dick, or a pink dick, or an orange dick, or a blue dick, or a yellow dick, and you've got them from bagofdicks.com.
And also about, you know, when people interview experts, it's okay, but you know what they say about an expert knows more and more about less and less.
Why are you guys getting angry with me?
Hi there.
You guys were just going the other way. I guess we'll be fine.
Hell's your problem? How about I send some lead your way?
I highly suggest that you put that weapon away. I will pull
yourself a minute there.
I will pull a bow out. Oh, looks like somebody else
a minute there.
didn't want to do that.
You got me.
He killed you?
Yeah.
Who? The player?
No, the random, the NPC.
Oh. No, that's right. I wasn't watching the screen.
The witness is investigating, huh?
Jesus, what the hell is this?
Sir?
Well,
Sir?
to do in these situations.
Did not want it to come to that. Let's hide
Maybe it
this.
was his necklace that we uncovered that he...
Right. Let's go get him off the road. Nobody else sees his body. Okay, well, I just wanted to get a murder-free day, you know. Just one day, a murder-free day. Is that too hard to ask for? No? Just a murder-free day. You just can't do it.
But we're doing collectibles, are we?
I don't know.
Yeah. Have you got the map up or something? Where the next one is or whatever?
Nah, I'm just cruising around, doing whatever. I have no like goal in mind or anything like that. Just cruising about. It's just a Wednesday. Look at that beautiful sky out there. I'm kind of following the. I was hoping maybe a legendary would pop out. Get a picture of a legendary. Let's see what we got. That's the guy's horse over here.
So what was the tune last week that I uploaded? I can't remember now. I think I've uploaded another one since then.
Let me see. Can I calm you down? Let me get my phone. It was an interesting, different than your definitely the last one that you uploaded. That's for sure. Let me see what it was. Let's go over to YouTube. YouTube, sorry for yawning in your ear. Holy mother of God. That was loud. Let's go over to your channel. Really? First we'll save this one to Red Dead Online. Alright, son of a monkey, your channel. Let's go over to channels. And let's go over to rephrase 594. And it was Objects in Space was the last song you uploaded.
Alright, okay.
I'll probably get hit with a YouTube violation if I do that. Okay, let's dismiss that now. Yeah, so that was the song that you had, and listen to it, and interesting. I liked the first song that you had sent me the link to a little bit more than that one, but yeah, you know, hey, it is what it is. It's music.
These are the one I did with Paul Howes from used to be with Hawkwind.
Hawkwind, right?
The ones I'm focusing on at the moment, because they're on other channels, so I'm removing them from there, and some of them are a bit long. Like that one was, I think, about 7 minutes long originally, so I'm just cutting them down to just editing them down. But that one's objects in space, organic. Some say. I can't remember who it was talking about their experiences with that, but they said something about that the spaceships that they'd encountered, whatever, with via, I guess, the U.S. military, were organic in nature.
Wow.
And also the objects in space, organic, some say, is EB here to stay. So again, just like from I mean, our sense of reality, the universe is existing in our brain. I mean, my existence, the whole universe, and everything that exists in your head. When you think about it, every human being has a different universe exists in their head with their influences and what their perception of reality is. So in a way, where people say about an infinite amount of universes, over time, that's very true.
Yeah, it's not in the way people.
Oh, I shot it with an arrow.
Were thinking.
Say again, Fable.
Yeah, and I think I know what you mean, but people were. It's not in the way that most people think. They think broadly, like many universes, but the way everyone perceives it as a collective, not like individual perception.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you take a religion, for example. If you're born in the Middle East, then you know you have your perception of reality is framed within the framework of Islam, or in the West of Christianity, or Judaism, or whatever it is, or in India, there's more gods than people. So everyone wants to know the truth, but the truth is very, what do you say, relative or subjective? I'm not sure. But
Subjective.
The truth is, yeah, it is very much so about, your perception of reality. I mean, people's perception of reality can change. Like we was on last time or the time before, and there was a guy called Doctor who didn't believe in UFOs and I would be the same as when people tell me something. I'm very skeptical, but experience is the greatest teacher in life, and everyone experiences life differently. So we do have an infinite, or 7 billion different universes at the moment on this planet. And when you die, that universe dies with you.
You heard that NASA said that our moon turns out is not the only moon, that we have up to 3 moons.
I don't know.
In this solar system?
Yeah, in our solar system, the Artemis that they launched a couple of weeks ago to be the unmanned aerial space critter that they sent to go to the moon so that we can start sending people to the moon again. Apparently, they found 2 other moons attached to the Earth, so that our main moon isn't the only moon that we have. We have 2 other moons, or that our moon has moons, 2 other moons.
How comes we haven't seen them from...
Right. And remember in the 60s when we supposedly went to the moon, right? Why all of a sudden, yeah.
I'll tell you something about the moon. I don't know if you know this or not. Actually, with that guy from Hawkwind, we did a song tune called Hollow Moon. I haven't uploaded that yet, but the moon, apparently, they reckon is hollow, because when they put some like seismic things on there to, you know, I guess for things hitting the moon or whatever, they put something seismic on there, and when one of their rockets or whatever it was propelled off the moon and fell to the moon, it had this bell effect. And for, I can't remember the time span now, but for a long time, you know, like if you hit a bell, you get that
right, like a tuning fork.
Yeah, that's right. And for, I think it was like hours or something crazy like that,
wow,
that this thing was going on. So I wrote this song called Hollow Moon. So just reminded me, actually, I forgot all about it, but that's another song. That's maybe I'll work on that one. Well, maybe I'll work on that one after the next one. But that song you listen to on YouTube about is EB here to stay? Like I was saying about our perception of reality. But this hybriding of life, you know, which Greek mythology speaks about with the Minotaur and mermaids and so on and so forth. Is truth is stranger than fiction, and you know, you often hear the expression about the lizard people, and according to, I think, is it Sumerian text, which is the oldest writing? Is it Sumerian or Sumatran? One of them, Sumerian. I get them muddled up. But on there they speak about these like giants, because if you look at ancient Egypt, ancient Babylon, ancient Assyria, the things that still exist in the statues, they always have giants. Even
the Anunnaki again, right?
Yeah, the Anunnaki.
Well, the Anunnaki is the Egyptian thing, but apparently they've gone. These have existed for long before the first humans were incorporated into the earth, and they reckon they lived for like 30,000 years or something like that. And it's another interesting thing that came out of that is about gold. Where people wear gold around their neck, because they would choose certain individuals that they favoured and give them something to wear around their neck. So they reckon, again, that's sort of bred into our, DNA or whatever it is, I don't know. But the thing is about EB was this extraterrestrial biological entity, which is on that video, Champ, is... The interesting thing about EB was, first of all, he lied. He used to lie all the time, which is kind of interesting. Like gives you an idea, like father, like son. But he used to lie all the time. But the most interesting thing is, like I was saying to you about, on that video, it speaks about, it says she's been busy, mitochondrial DNA. The DNA of this EB was over 90% human, and 92 or 91% human matriarchal DNA, mitochondrial DNA, which comes from the matriarch, from the woman, because that doesn't die out. The female DNA doesn't die out. So the concept is EB here to stay. Like, we have a perception of reality and religion and so on and so forth, but these extraterrestrial a lot of wolves around here. These biological entities, is EB here to stay? Are they always going to be around? These things, like, you know, our perception of the universe and reality like that. You know, truth is stranger than fiction type thing.
Yeah. Did you have you ever messed with electronic voice phenomenon?
As in
EVPs, like taking a random tape recorder and just, you know, going to a random location, be it haunted or just anywhere,
you know, like,
and turning on the recorder to see if you can hear anything other than white noise. And
well, you know, this might sound a bit weird, but seems like I told you the other day, one of my earliest memories is these faceless monks around the bed. I tend to look, if you look at these spirits and that, they always, like in attics or cellars or caves, they're always a way where there's some sort of energy, whether it's crystals or whatever, or water. They always lock themselves away from humans, and they all have different personalities just like we do. So to be honest, I kind of respect that, and I think in the Buddhist temples that's very prevalent. I'll tell you a weird experience I had the other day though. That near where I live, there's this old boy, and like, I've seen him put rubbish outside his house, and I've taken the rubbish and put it in the bin for him and things like that. I always showed him kindness. And the other night, my wife and I, when we were in bed, it was about, you know, the witching hour, about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning it was, we suddenly heard this, like, it sounded like it was coming from next door type thing, like this, some sort of guy ranting about something, and it turns out
excuse me.
It turns out he died. He died. And I was the only person on the planet that was, I don't know what he did in the day, but I'd never seen him with anyone or talked to anyone. He was quite old. But that was kind of weird. It could be just coincidence. It might have been something else. But about EVPs and that, I mean, I've picked up things when recording and things like that, but if you're asking me if I'm going to go ghost hunting and things, actually...
You don't have to. That's what I'm saying. You know, when Fable talks about the guitar, I remembered years ago, one of my sister's roommates was living in a apartment in Hollywood, in the Hollywood Hills, and it was like a famous, just a lot of suicides and stuff like that at this apartment out there in Hollywood. And I remember the gal that used to live there used to call and talk to my mom. My mom being all about the clairvoyance and talking to spirits and stuff, trying to help her because she had some type of issue going on in her apartment. So she was calling on my mom to see if my mom could clear this demonic or evil spirit that was in the apartment. And I remember that, you know, I heard them sitting on the phone talking, and the girl sitting on the phone, and like, she has a speakerphone on. You could tell, like, speakerphone. My mom's got the speakerphone on because my mom is doing other things, whatever she's doing, divination or whatever. And the girl's sitting there and she's strumming like strings on her guitar. She's a guitar player. She used to play like in Santa Monica, or a solo artist, like an Alanis Morissette type of solo type of artist, right? For the 90s.
Yeah.
Or like a Carol Carol Crow or whatever. Anyway, she'd be sitting there strumming on her guitar and stuff, and I decided to record. So I took my tape recorder and I hit the record, not thinking ghosts or anything, because at the time I didn't know what an EVP was back then. I had no clue. I just was recording her, strumming on the guitar because I thought it sounded really good. And later on, like a couple of years later, I had found the recordings, and I was listening back of her playing guitar, the acoustic guitar, but with metal strings, not with, because you can tell the difference between those elastic,
metal.
The elastic,
Nylon.
the nylon, right, and the and metal, and let's see if I get that other squirrel. Nope. Didn't get the other squirrel. Okay. And I started to hear voices. Now, it is entirely possible that, musical instruments or just random noises that you can matrix sounds coming through. Like you just happen to hear. It sounds like, I don't know if you just heard Sammy. Sammy's sitting to my right. Hi, Sam. Sammy's got a little bit of it, like a little chatter meow. He doesn't meow like a normal cat. He has more of like a little chatter type sound when he meows. So if you heard that, you could go, oh, that was a ghost in the background, right? But as she's playing the guitar and as she's like tuning her guitar, she's tuning it. So, normal people tune a guitar, they hit one note. They turn the key on top. They hit another note. They turn the key. And as she's doing that, I'm hearing voices coming back. Like I can hear. And it's not her. I can hear a man. So I had asked her when she was on, I go, is there anybody with you? No, it's just me. Except the person that's affecting me in the room. And my mom, I remember my mom asked the same thing. Is your boyfriend there? No, boyfriend's not there. Do you have any other friends around you? No, there's no other friends. It's just me by myself. Me and my guitar and I. And okay, so she's strumming these notes. So I'm hearing voices coming through as she's strumming. Now again, like I said, matrixing happens with certain sound phenomenon, just any kind of sound. Be it the white noise from something in the background, your ceiling fan creating an electronic noise. But we all know with electronics that energies get picked up. If you've got a pretty good electronic field, there's a good chance something will come through and use up that energy, right, to try to communicate or whatever.
Yeah, it needs to harness an energy from somewhere.
Right, exactly. So,
but the thing is about what you say about psychics or people helping a spirit to help with another spirit. One thing I learned years ago when you're talking about psychics and things like that, I remember a woman I knew years ago, a friend of my sister, and I learned then that some spirits are stronger than others. That was actually the name Rephrase 594 came from a spirit, believe it or not. But
interesting.
That's when I learned about. I came into contact with via this woman. I don't really like to talk about this, to be honest, but I
Did
came
it give you
into
chills?
contact. No, not like that. I just respect things. That's all. I don't respect people too much. But
people suck.
I came into contact with apparently the spirit of a girl that was killed in Nippon, in Japan. Now, at the time, I had no idea that Nippon was another word for Japan. It was from Nippon. And I actually wrote a song about this girl as well, actually, which maybe I'll upload as well.
You just do the Thai pronunciation? Ippon. Right? Is that what you meant?
I don't know. I'm not Thai. Well, I say I'm not Thai. I said there's sort of certain reasons that I came to Thailand, and when I just needed a break, I was in corporate life and I had a bit of an ulcer and I needed a break, and I came to Thailand. I told you about you was on about a guy with sixth sense. I met this guy in Chiang Mai who I told you before knew everything, well, knew so much about me. But apparently, this woman I bumped into in Chiang Mai, she was the one that took me to meet him, and apparently in a previous lifetime I was her husband, and
Wow.
was, yeah. Oh man, my life is just full of things like this, you know. No, actually, not so much. Well, I say not so much now. I think, like from being a kid and waking up and seeing things, you learn to blank things out.
Oh yeah, especially as a child.
Well, even going into, I would say my darkest years were in my 20s up to about 28. I would say they were, because I had this sixth sense type thing. I told you it goes from grandmother to grandson, and I was reading people's cards and doing all sorts of things like that. But I realised this is the dark side. You know, when you're saying about what the point I was making about the spirit coming through was little. I won't say her name, but the one from Nippon, she was there. She used to love being near me, but whenever she was there, another spirit would grab her by her pigtails and pull her out the way. So that told me, just like some humans are muscular, stronger, and then physically stronger than other people, it just shows you that spirits have this different characters, different personalities, different strengths, different whatever. And the thing is as well, when you're saying about getting someone in to help, like a spirit guide to help cleanse a place of another spirit, you have to remember one thing. The angels live with God. Anything that was on the earth was thrown down to the earth, so they're not holy spirits. You know, if someone's got spirit guides around them that they use for cleansing or whatever, they're using her. She's not using them. As long as they can keep you from whatever is the truth, as long as they can keep you from God, I suppose, they'll do what they like. You remember, the fallen one was an angel of light, and a very beautiful angel, but an angel of light. So every religion, every belief system has some element of truth in it. Over to you.
Oh, I'm tripping out from that. I'm going to put the question out. There's not many viewers on the stream right now, but maybe when the stream becomes archived, as I put it back, if you have any, you know, when the stream is archived, there's still a chat on there, and it's still, even though it's not a live chat, it's still a chat, and you're still able to communicate on the stream. So you do have the ability to type messages into the live chat section, even though the stream's archived. And I'll post that thing out there if you've ever come across EVPs actually ghost hunting, or just in general. Like I used to, just to hear myself sleep to see if I'm snoring or whatever, I used to put a tape recorder on in the background to see if I snore, because people have told me in the past that I snore, although I've never caught myself snoring. So, but I do talk in my sleep quite often. And there's a camera that's up in my window that watches the car, that watches the driveway, you know. And I had put the camera up there because of the whole catalytic converter thievery that's been going on here in California, that I've been hearing about.
They're so desperate right now.
They're so desperate, right? So I put a camera in the window, so in case, you know, the car gets monkeyed with, then I have something to take to the insurance company, right? So, but the camera also has a speaker, you know, a speaker, and it has a microphone. Whoa, shit! Holy shit!
He did not like you.
You're a jackass. I just shut up.
Yeah, and?
Oh, and it picked up me having conversations. Like, obviously I'm talking in my sleep, right? So I'm talking in my sleep. Okay, I got it. Cool. I talk in my sleep. I don't snore, but I talk in my sleep. I have conversations. And I've had conversations like, so I must have been dreaming that, you know, I'm having a conversation with somebody, or am I actually having a conversation with somebody in my room?
Yeah.
You know?
Creepy.
Yeah, isn't it? It kind of blows your mind a little bit. So I want to put that question out there. Has anybody else done anything like this as well? Sorry, bumping you into you like that.
There's a card here.
I hear the jingle, jingle, jingle. All right, I'll get to that in a moment. No, nothing in the wardrobe. Is in the other room. Jingle, 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 jingle. Got some chewing tobacco.
You say about ghost hunting before. When I was living up in the Indochina region, I was living in a place called Mukdahan, and I got to know this guy there. He's something to do with the government, but I really liked him. We got on very well. He knew all these unusual temples out and about. So when you say about ghost hunting, we did used to go to these. We went, I think, about once a week for quite a few months. We used to go to these different places and just take photographs. You know, it was in the daytime. We didn't go at night time, but we should just take photographs. Always capturing orbs. But I remember one time we was at this temple. It was just down the road from his house. This little lane, and it's near the
Alan
Mekong.
Wilkinson, welcome. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Near the Mekong, and where we was talking about the Naga periodic recently, and we took this photograph, and when the photo came out, all along the back wall, like going up and down, was like the skin of a Naga. It was quite fascinating. It really was, you know. It was like all the way along. It was just the back wall. I guess it had some Buddhas there or something like that. It wasn't a temple. It was in a temple grounds, but it wasn't a temple itself. It was just like, I don't know, had something there. But I just take random photographs everywhere, and it came out. It was like, it could have been a trick of the light. It could have been everything. I always look for a logical explanation. I don't think, oh wow, oh, you know, I'm not quite like that.
Right,
but,
picking up ghost vibes.
It was interesting. It did kind of blow our minds a little bit. We said, there must be an explanation for this, but where the light was, it really was bright, but where it was under the shade, so it wasn't any of the sunlight that was doing something, but who knows? But that's the closest thing. But that was just out of two men bored, really, going and doing that stuff. There's something to do in the daytime. But I used to love the Indochina because, as I say, and up in like round where Fable comes from, Chiang Mai area, because I just find the temples are very interesting. And in America, I think I said this to you before, Champ, you know, you got your Zach Bagans and all people like that are always hunting, ghost hunting. And you get a lot of these places where people are, their houses are haunted and everything. And I just wonder how many car parks are built on sacred Native American grounds. I think we spoke about this when we first met, actually, Champ. But like, you know, for however many years the Native Americans, whatever is the politically correct term, I don't know, but how many years, they always, it's like Buddhists, and like the Irish as well, they respect certain places. They don't build there, they respect them, the spirits there. And we seem to have lost that with the love for money and capitalism and bullshit, basically. But I wonder how many of these places that are haunted and things like that, with whether it's a residual energy or an active energy, are because they are built on or near sacred ground. I mean, we have nothing.
There's sacred ground everywhere you step is sacred ground. You can't go anywhere. Look at we've been here for how many centuries? How many millennia? I mean,
well, probably the most accurate for humans is probably about 6,000 years. Is the most accurate.
If you're following the Bible, then yeah, that makes sense.
Well, but not only the Bible. I think there's even a lot of these well, they anthropologists or whatever. I don't know. They all, you know, they say we evolved from Africa purely and simply because chimpanzees have a high percentage of DNA linked to ours. But even goldfish have got a percentage of DNA that's linked to us. We all come from the same planet, you know.
Pretty much.
And they say
yeah.
they say look, you know, because it's we evolved from Africa and things like that. But actually, when you look at history, everything starts in Mesopotamia.
Right.
Even language evolved. I mean, the English language, the Egyptian language, if you trace these things, there's a common thread of the language evolving, but it all begins in Mesopotamia, around the place of the Garden of Eden and Turkey, Mount Ararat.
Okay.
But, you know, that's the thing about, like I was saying to you about knowledge the other day. For everything you know, there's two things you don't know. So you never know anything because the more you know, the more you don't know.
Periodic fable. Have you ever had a haunted doll?
No. If I did, I would freak.
Hey, Fable, did you know about them dolls that were for sale in Thailand for a while? About these things that apparently had spirits in them.
Yeah, I heard about this.
I remember one time I was in a shopping mall somewhere, and this guy was carrying one. Fucking hell, that's so weird.
Hey, Zach. You mean, okay, it was being sold in the shop? And
To be honest, I don't know where they purchased them from, but a lot of people were quite a few people were buying them, and they apparently had some sort of spirit connected to them or something. And I saw this. You can always see when someone's like dabbling in
the occult.
Well, I wouldn't say the occult, but just the darker side of light, if you like, the darker side of the, you know, like yin and yang is black and white, and in the middle of it is the truth and the shade of grey. The darker side of grey, you can always see. I remember, I don't know if I mentioned this before. I remember at school there was a guy, you know, coming from London. To say a guy's cool is really a massive compliment, you know, because all the fashions and music and everything seems to come through London. And there was this one guy, he was just totally cool. If I was gay, I'd fancy him, you know. And years later, I bumped into him, and he was dabbling into, I wouldn't say the occult. I'm not really sure how you define the occult, really, but he was dabbling in and through music, he was getting in with these spirits and all these spirits and names, and he said, I want to teach you about this. I said, no, I'm all right. I'm good. Check, please. But but you could just feel this when people have this. It's like a cloak. It's like something. It's hard to put into words, but there's just something. There's just a certain vibe, a certain look in that. Maybe it's the eyes or the windows of the soul, and their soul at that time is being compromised or whatever. I don't know what it is, but
You can pick up on it just by
Now,
looking into there.
Zachary, the voice that you hear speaking right now, this is Zen Naga. He's a English gentleman that lives in the Orient.
I'm not English. I'm from London.
He's a London. He's from London. He's not
Are you
English.
noticing that dark aspect, Zen, in like the Thai? Are you noticing this dark aspect in some of the Thai people out there right now? Or are you talking about in general?
Am I noticing it?
Yeah.
Are you asking? Are you saying you're noticing it, or are you saying?
No, I'm asking if you're noticing it in the Thai populace right now, among maybe the men or something. This dark aspect, like maybe they're dabbling into something darker.
You know, to be honest, Fable, I pretty much live a recluse these days. I have very little contact with people. I just,
Is it because of COVID or just people suck?
No, it's just my way. My grandmother was the same. I'm quite happy with. I don't annoy people so much if I don't meet them.
Right.
No, I don't know what it is. I'm just. I mean, my grandmother, she.
Damn it.
I told you she had the. If she was sitting next to you and you had a deceased relative, she could have a conversation with that person and tell you things about that person that only you would know, or even you wouldn't know. You know. So, but that gift or whatever it is, or curse, it's never the same, just like anything. I remember one time. She was quite an eccentric lady, and one time a neighbour put her head over the fence in the garden and said, you know, hello, Mrs. What was it, Higgins? Anyway, hello, Mrs. Da 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 da. How are you? And the next day, my grandmother bought another house and moved.
Wow.
Something about her house, though. I think I mentioned this last time when I used to go and, went to see her. She lived like in the city, but when you went into her house and into the garden, it was just like it was soundproof. It was just because she had loads of spirits. She was very into that, and it was just like. But it wasn't a negative thing, you know. I didn't feel any bad. But
You're talking about London now, not Bangkok, right?
yeah, I'm talking about London. Yeah. Well, they're just outside London, actually. I don't think any of my family live in London anymore.
Can you speak Cockney?
Actually, to be defined as a lot of people claim to be Cockneys or London, but actually to be a Cockney, you have to be born within a certain area of London. So I am 100% a Cockney, but I don't do the mate, how's it going? You're all right there, cool. Apples and pears and all things like that. I don't know. I don't know. My father was a bit posher, I think, than my grandmother. I don't know. Whatever. But I am actually 100% a Cockney. But do I speak Cockney rhyming slang? No, not really.
How do you think? How did Brad Pitt do it in? Oh God, what was that movie that Brad Pitt was in where he was Cockney? He was a boxer. Come on, Fable.
He wasn't a Cockney. He was a pikey.
That's pikey.
Yeah, pikeys are like Irish gypsies, but not gypsies. Their pikeys are different to gypsies. For example, with gypnies, they're like Jews. They keep themselves to themselves and make their money and do things like that. Whereas pikeys, they'll rob you blind.
And so, I mean, obviously Brad Pitt had to work on that accent.
He has range. He's like a pretty boy with range. He's able to
boy with range.
do a lot of
I
stuff.
like it.
He did all right. What he did, the way he acted as a pikey, would be your archetypical pikey. You know, he's rough, ready to fight, and they're a rough breed. You don't mess with the pikeys.
Oh my God, I'm down. Why did this guy just kill me? Because I was shooting birds? This guy killed me.
You don't mess with pikeys. They'll come and burn your house down. No, you just
Eric?
He's just afraid you're gonna take the wagon or something.
Really? Oh man, now I lost my head.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's an NPC. Okay.
No, yeah, it was
a player.
It was an NPC.
I thought it was a player who was freaking out. I thought you were gonna try to take his load.
Take a shit. Let me get my outfit. Let's see what's the temperature out here. It's 46 degrees. Let's hop on you and get a different outfit. Actually, I mean this one's fine. Like I don't have to wear the.
Here, come here. Come here. I'll put your dead body on your horse for you. You can carry your carcass around.
Thanks. I'll hang around the dream catchers over here. Let's see if I can get some of these birds here. Oh, there's ducks.
Since we're on the subject, you might as well carry your corpse around.
Right.
Can it?
The dream catchers hanging all over this tree right here. This is pretty lovely.
Yeah. Do they work?
Yeah, I think so. I think dream catchers work. I used to have dream catchers all over my room. I used to make dream catchers too.
How do they catch?
They're supposed to catch in the webs of their circle or however they are. Those webs that you see, they catch bad dreams. inside there. So basically, like folklore, your mother or your grandparent would tell you if you're having bad dreams, I'm going to hang a dream catcher above your bed. And each of the web that you see is going to capture the bad dream. And
is that a placebo effect, or
I
is that
think
for
so.
real?
Oh no, I think so. I think just like a mother or father coming in and checking the room for monsters in the closet or under the bed. Origins of a dream. Origins of a dream catcher. Let's say the Native American dream catchers from the Ojibwe tribe were traditionally used as talismans. Their purpose was to protect sleepers, especially children, from bad dreams, nightmares, and evil spirits. Native Americans believed that at night the air was filled with dreams, both good and bad.
Again, what people perceive reality from the environment they're in. I mean, in Thailand, it's a Buddhist country, but now it's much more. Is it called animalistic or something like that? It's so back in the day, people framed their perception of reality on. Well, it's like with the Aztecs and the moon with an eclipse, they sacrificed all these lives so that the sun would be born again,
So how like Buddhists, they have their different monks. Like like some people would when they look at like a Buddha, like when they go into a Chinese restaurant or into any kind of restaurant or a location that has one of these little prosperity monks. Like I have this guy tattooed on my belly, and people always go, "Oh, you got a Buddha belly." Well, it's not Buddha. It's Hotoi, a prosperity monk. He's the big fat guy that you see everywhere in the robes. That's the Hotoi. Yeah. Well, he could have different things. He can have, holding some like fruit or different things in his hands. These little prosperity monks, and people like, will put them in the restaurant for wealth or for, random stuff. The Hopi have a similar type of doll called a Kachina doll. If you've ever happened to travel around and come across into the Hopi territories, the Kachina dolls were gifts given in hope of future abundance and health, as well as tools for education. There were all different types of Kachina dolls that that a shaman would maybe whisper into it, for someone as a way of a blessing for it, I guess. Okay, you can see
Thailand,
the colors as we go into nighttime.
In Thailand, the Buddhist statues all look very different depending on the area of Thailand that they originate. The most beautiful one is the one from where Fable comes from in Chiang Mai. That's the most beautiful one. But an interesting thing about Buddhism and Christianity is, like, if you take the yin and the yang aspect, in Christianity you have basically two paths on that. You've got the Catholicism, where you've got the Pope, and then you've got the rest of it, whether it's Lutheran, Church of England, Protestants, whatever, where you don't have a spiritual figurehead. And in Buddhism there are two roads of Buddhism. There's one that's like the Tibetan Buddhism, where you have like the Dalai Lama is like the Pope, and then you have the other one like in Thailand, where you don't have a figurehead sort of thing. So it's kind of interesting that the yin and the yang, because Christianity and or Christian, Judo, Jewish, Western, the concept of God, of Yahweh, Jehovah, and the Buddhists, where there is no God, but they respect the spirits. But in Christianity, you respect God, but not the spirits. So they're kind of a yin and a yang, complete opposites to each other, and including the prayer beads that Catholicism has, and that even the ones like the Tibetans have with their spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama. They use the prayer beads. There's a very strong parallel between them both, although their belief systems are completely opposite. Completely opposite. But what was your question about the Buddhas anyway? What was your? You started speaking about the little chubby one.
Oh,
What
I
was
was
your
just going to
question?
say, you know, how they have little prosperity monks, just like, I guess any religion has, you know, some type of thing to keep a demon or an angel or some type of protection.
The thing is, what
Thing for
gets me about
protection.
that is, just down the road from me, there's a place that sells Buddhist statues. So you got this place that are made at some sort of cast somewhere, where there's just some materials going to a fire or whatever, and they create this Buddha image, and then that Buddha image maybe gets bought by someone to donate to a temple, and then suddenly people are bowing down and putting their energy of prayers into this idol, if you like, and suddenly this thing becomes revered, you know, and you get like old temples where you've had these old Buddhas in there for centuries, and they're revered, and there's no two ways about it. They have a supernatural energy to them. But it reminds me of the story from Isaiah in the Bible, where he speaks about a guy who chops down a tree. He uses the wood for making furniture, and for making fire to cook his food, and uses the wood for all sorts of things, and then he carves an idol and starts worshipping it. I mean, it's interesting that, I mean, even though supposedly Christians wear a cross, it's interesting if you go back to the origins of the nation of Israel, where the first rule is, do not make an idol of anything in the heavens or on the earth, because God is a spirit, and those worshipping Him must worship in spirit and truth. So it's all dangerous. It's more dangerous than Joe Biden.
You know, I actually, like, I used to collect action figures, like be it G.I. Joes and Star Wars action figures and Transformers. Yeah, action figures. And I remember my mom saying to me, why do you have those? Like, why do you have the different presidents? Like, there was a set of presidents starting from the very first president, you know, up to, I think it was Ronald Reagan was the last doll. Why do you have these things? These are false idols. Get rid of these action figures. These are like, you know, you're not supposed to have these things. You're not supposed to. Well, I'm not praying to them. I'm displaying them. You know, it's just a collector, like anybody would collect Matchbox cars or body parts like Jeffrey Dahmer or something. I don't know.
In your world of reality, it was acceptable. In your mum's world of reality, it wasn't. That's just a different view.
That's right. She was thinking I was collecting these statues.
Idolatry.
Idolatry.
Yeah.
Alan Wilkinson says, I know a friend, a spiritual month, and of course in history, that protect the temple, and that's how martial arts came about, I think, in 200 BC.
I understood it was a different story to that. I think the Shaolins in China probably have some sort of original origins, but the karate starting in Okinawa was because in the time of the samurais, they were not allowed to carry any sort of weapon or anything, so they developed martial arts as a way in Okinawa as a way of protecting themselves. That's how karate started. But the Shaolin monks in China may have a completely different origin. In fact, I would say that, I mean, Japanese culture is probably more reminiscent of an ancient Chinese culture. It must have come from there originally. That's influenced their Shintoism, whatever it is. But China was
that.
because China
all
was
of
chairman.
Asia originated from China and branched out.
Exactly so. And again, that's the three sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham had dark skin. He went south to Africa. The other two I get confused with. One went east. That's the Chinese. That's influenced everything in Asia. And the other guy who built the Great Pyramids was the what we would call the Aryan one, the blonde hair, blue eye one. That did, travelled as far as went through North Africa, Southern Europe, to Scotland, down into England and Ireland, the Celts and the Picts, and there it ended, you know. And then from there, then it was about war and conquering, but the race of people, yeah, it all comes down to, yeah, you're quite right, Fable. The Chinese influence is probably less dominant in China now than it is in the rest of Asia. Ironically.
That's interesting. Does anybody else have any questions? Those of you that are watching the stream tonight, it's turning into a Real Talk Radio tonight. So if you've got a question, it could be any question at all. We'll try to answer it for you. Or if you have a shout you want to put out, and I'll throw it out there as well. We're just cruising along here in Red Dead.
Even if it's only, what shampoo do you use when your hair's down to your knees, and what conditioner do you use? And
considering Fable.
By the time and how do you dry your hair, Fable? Do you just let it dry naturally?
Yeah, I just let it air dry, yeah. I don't like blow drying it too much.
You'd have to sit on the back of a motorcycle to air dry it.
Yeah, but you don't want to get it caught up in the gears or anything like that.
Oh,
crying out loud, right?
I just hold it in front of me if I were to do that.
Not mate. Just jesting. So how often do you wash your hair?
Every 2 days.
Wow. And well.
Sometimes more, but I don't like to, let it get greasy.
Is it thick? Because a lot of.
It is thick, yeah. It's tight.
Yeah. Wow.
Muay Thai style of fighting. Where does that originate?
Thailand.
Thailand.
It's Thailand.
That's why it's called Muay Thai.
It comes from an ancient battle art form.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Think so. Going back to the Sukhothai period, I would imagine.
Yeah.
That's a grappling type of fighting?
It's more like a concussive, like using your elbows and your knees.
Yeah, they do more damage than the punches. They do.
Yeah.
They do, yeah.
It was conceived so because, like, the men who were smaller there needed to be able to take down larger men from, like Caucasian roots and stuff.
Well, the French didn't really have much of a foothold in Thailand, and I think Muay Thai probably is a lot older. Well, it is a lot older than that, because Sukhothai came to its end about 900 years ago, thanks to the Burmese. But the interesting thing is about like in Thailand, it's interesting about martial arts about Japan and Thailand, and Muay Thai is a kind of a martial art, if you like. Is that like a lot of Asians, they're very introverted, very non-confrontational. Thais are very avoid confrontation. But when you see these guys Muay Thai, man, you see they're like, you can see another side. It's like Fable. Right? She's very calm person. Her voice is very calm, but you wouldn't want to let that volcano to erupt. I tell you.
She's going to throw down and kick your ass with some grappling techniques.
No. With her, it will be her tongue. It will be like a sword.
Jesus.
Yeah, with the Muay Thai, the guys they kill the nerves in their shins against the bamboo, so they don't feel anything there anymore.
Yeah.
You seen those monks? Are they Buddhist monks? The ones that whack themselves in the testicles with the shafts of bamboo to numb in case they get kicked in the nuts? You seen that shit? And there's YouTube videos and History Channel videos of these Buddhist monks whacking themselves repeatedly in the nutsack.
Is that a California thing?
Not a California thing, but it's
it's China, right? Like they're able to pull dump trucks and stuff
with their testicles.
Yeah. Oh,
God damn, man! Can you imagine? Oh,
they headbutt you, you're screwed.
Right?
Yeah. That sounds like a Shaolin thing.
Yeah.
But Yeah, but I don't think many people will probably want to develop that side of martial arts too much. I used to do karate like in my younger days, but no, sod that. But it's interesting. You do like with that chi energy, you do have a massive tolerance of pain. While I used to do like freestyle fighting, and it's only afterwards you see the bruises and that. You don't feel them at the time.
It's the adrenaline, right?
No, it's not adrenaline. No, you can't have adrenaline flowing because you'll just burn up quickly. It's that chi energy. It's that. I think it's just chi energy. You know, it's just like. I remember I had a guy from Poland came to visit us when I was a kid, and did karate, and I was doing karate, and we were sitting there drinking Polish Spirit, which is 140 proof. They make it.
Holy
Actually, you know the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The book.
Yeah.
Well, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it says the strongest drink in the universe is a pan-galactic gargle blaster. That's basically this Polish drink. It's Polish Spirit. It's Polish
Sounds fucking
Spirit,
hysterical.
but I'm telling you, it is beautiful. What it is 140 proof, but they fry some sort of brown sugar, and they add it might be a cherry brandy or cherry liqueur with it, which is just like and it's absolutely beautiful to. Anyway, we were sitting there drinking this Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster, and we did an arm wrestling thing, and you know, my arm just went down to the floor like a domino. But then afterwards, we set up this wood to do karate chops, and just knelt in front, and I'm much more lighter than him. He's a big guy, big arms, big biceps, and I broke this wood. Pating! It went. I'd never done it before in my life. It went pating. You know, broke this wood in half. But when he did it, he couldn't do it. And it was like he was hitting it with forged hammer in the end. He just kept banging away at it to this wood, and it wouldn't break. But the same piece of wood from the same plank that was cut, I'd broken it. So chi energy, dude, not adrenaline. He was giving adrenaline. I just gave chi energy.
Fable, are you able to read what Alan wrote there?
Let me see.
I got to take that body off your
something
horse.
Like he did martial arts for 2 years.
What does it say?
Alan's saying something about how he did martial arts for 2 years, but I'm trying to understand the rest of it.
I kind of not regret it, but I wish I'd kept it up.
You go 10 of 10 animals killed with a bow. Where did that skunk go? Back here.
You're saying if you did something wrong, Alan, that you would get a tattoo on your shoulders in martial arts class?
Well, then I did a lot of things wrong because I got a lot of tattoos on me.
I'd look like a Maori if that was the case for me.
Getting her ass kicked all the time, covered in tattoos.
I'd just disobey and doing all the things. I'd be like a Maori. Actually, talking of Maoris, apparently one of my ancestors back in the days of the British Empire when Rule Britannia was ruling the waves, one of my ancestors apparently jumped ship in New Zealand and ran off with a Maori woman.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got some Maori blood in you, is what you're saying?
No, probably not, because I wouldn't have thought so. He was, I wouldn't have thought so. But my grandmother used to do a lot of tracing the family history.
Okay, Alan.
Go
ahead.
The furthest back we got is to Glencoe, the MacDonald clan in Scotland. I've got my own tartan. I haven't. I have a. I've never worn a kilt.
Shake your pants, Henry. Shake your pants. I don't know how to shake my pants. Have you shaken your pants lately?
You said Lord Britannia. That's a title? There was a guy going by Lord British, like a game developer in the 90s.
No, Rule Britannia, when Britannia ruled the waves.
Okay.
R-U-L-E, Rule Britannia. I mean, it's amazing that they'd send ships around from somewhere in England to around Hong Kong and China and conquer another country. It's just mind-blowing.
Top dog at the time.
It means dance? Oh. Oh, I can dance. Hang on a second. Let's see what we got here.
Man, I can't
It means dance in which language? Which obviously that was American or English that you spoke, but shake your pants, cut a rug, slapping the bricks.
You're gonna dance. You're gonna dance now, are you?
I'm gonna try to dance if I can remember what button it is.
Well, I'll have to give you some hey yeah 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 ha yeah 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 hey yeah 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 ha yeah yeah yeah.
Why can't I remember? Oh, here it is. Emotes.
Hey, I'm running out of breath here. You're gonna dance. Hey yeah 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 ha yeah 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 hey yeah 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 ha yeah yeah yeah. All right, you did it. All right.
We're dancing. We're shaking pants. We're spanking the planks. But I'm curious, Henry. Shake your pants is what origin? Because I haven't heard that one before.
I've heard shit your pants, but never shake your pants.
I could shit my pants all day long. There's nothing wrong with that. I like those emotes that he put there, Fable.
Let me see. Looks like a lounge lizard dancing.
Came from a song by Cameo. Wow, Cameo. Bringing up some old school there. This is not a Gen Zer, are you, Henry? Henry rocking some Gen X right there.
X, yeah, Gen X.
With Cameo? Wow, that's like 80s right there. Got a bunch of wild horses ahead of us here. That, you know, if Marilyn's Mole was in here, Marilyn's Mole is quite the music buff as well. Canada Goose. I'd love to be able to play music in here. I used to play music, but YouTube hit me with so many fines that I've had to delete videos, which is such a freaking bummer. Let's feed a horse here. There we go.
Yeah, I already had ideas for that, and then like you said that stuff got deleted. I'm like,
even if I bet you right now, if I played one of Zen Naga's songs, by the way, y'all, if you go to my channels, in RealTalkChimp, if you go to my channels, you'll see rephrase. God, man, I've already forgotten.
594.
Yeah, rephrase 594. That's Zen Naga's musical group, and you can.
So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I have a question for you. What does that mean, rephrase 594? Rephrase is another way of saying it. So to rephrase 594, what does that actually mean?
I'm going to look it up. I've never heard of anything like that. You said to rephrase, I mean, the act of rephrase, express an idea or a question in an alternative way, especially with purpose of changing the detail or perspective of the original idea or question. However, what were the numbers after it? 594?
Yeah.
For meaning. So let's take a look here. Stream, rephrase, 594, music, SoundCloud. Okay. I don't see that there's any... you said it was a ghost.
Well,
but I can't find anything on the internet in regards to what rephrase 594 stands for. There's nothing here. But you can find that his band on SoundCloud, and I'm sure amongst other things. I bet you if I played one of your songs right now, I'd get hit with a YouTube strike. And no matter what you said or did, even if you gave me permission to play one of your songs on here, I'd still get hit with a YouTube strike.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Where are you from there, Henry? Henry says he's a 90s baby. I'm a 60s baby. I'm an old douchebag.
Is someone in a hurry?
Was that a regular player or an NPC?
No, that was a regular player. There's a few of them around here now.
Right. I'm surprised you brought up Cameo, being that they're like 70s and 80s band, funk band, for crying out loud. Yeah, but like I said, I bet if I played one of your songs, you're in Cali, yeah, I'm in Cali as well. If I played one of your songs, I'd get hit with the YouTube thing. And I know you said you give me permission to play your songs on my stream, but YouTube doesn't see it that way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's such a shame, you know? This was the camp that we bumped into when it was nighttime. I came over here and I got myself a beer from their camp. My camp's up in Wapiti. In about 9 minutes, the dailies will change in here, and I'll read them off. I've already completed a few of them. Let me see.
I haven't done any.
Right, and well, there's no real point to do them, but I figured, you know, since I'm here, why not just, you're a lover of music. I love music. Yeah, I could listen to anything. In fact, I had an interesting day today. I couldn't sleep. I haven't been able to sleep. It's been way too long. It's been over a week, and it really sucks. But whatever my body's going through, this transition, this renaissance, it doesn't want to sleep right now. Maybe 10 minutes here or there. I'm getting cat naps. That's about it. Even when I snuggle with the kitties, I can't sleep. But I got into a real weird indie kind of thing today, and I was listening to bands like I made a playlist. So see if any of these bands sound familiar to you. I mean, Gen Z is Gen Z would know because these are bands from the 2000s forward. But I'm going to read this like playlist that I made. I made a playlist of 15 songs. The first one was The Used, Poetic Tragedy. Oh, that is a powerful, powerful song about drug addiction and suicide from the band The Used. The next song is Pumped Up Kicks from, obviously, Foster the People. And we all know what that's about. That's having expensive shoes and getting shot for them. And found out that, Ladislav knows The Used. The Used, they're good. Kind of like I want to say a not punk, but yeah, like a skater punk, kind of punk rock-ish, but not your true edge of punk rock. After, but not really new wave. It's still like has a punk sound, but with a rock edge to it. So it's not your traditional like like kind of GBH or those type of punk. After that, I put on the Peter Bjorn, Young Folks, which I'll try to play just a couple of seconds of it, but I know I'm going to get hit with a YouTube strike. But
don't do it.
I just played basically the beginning of it. It starts off.
No, don't.
Okay.
Know.
Anyway, after that, I put on Portugal the Man, Feel It Still. Again, similar style drum beat in the beginning. After that, I have Jimmy Eat World, the middle. Which, again, so basically these are all songs that kind of like fall into that indie, and they all kind of have a similar kind of pattern of the way that they sound. Like they're earworm type songs. So you hear the first one like Poetic Tragedy, which is a flowing melodical rock kind of song with, a lot of, Alan says, my karate in Stockton was sensei. Vinyl came from Japan, Court, Honda, stand little bit of English. I'm not sure. I can't understand speak Japanese if you speak Japanese, Alan. Your style of English is kind of broken, so it's a little difficult to comprehend a little bit there. But after Jimmy Eat World is Graffiti 6 with Lay Me Down, which is not to be confused with Lay Me Down. Lay me down, lay me down. Totally different song than this Graffiti 6 song. Lay Me Down, different. After that, it's a band called Phoenix, and the song's called Fences, which is another slick kind of song. After Phoenix, Fences is Lovely the Band, Broken, which I'll play a couple of seconds of it. You'll know it as soon as you hear it, you Gen Zers. As soon as you hear that, I'm sure most of you Gen Zs are going to know exactly what. Right after that, I put Frau Frau with Let Go. After Frau Frau, The Japanese House, which is a girl that sings solo. She sounds a lot like Imogen Heap from Frau Frau. And also Youth Lagoon after that was 17. Mystery Jets with 1985. White Hinterland with Icarus. And I rounded all up with Broken Social Club with 7-4 Shoreline. So what's up, Danny D?
Hey.
Speaking of musicians. So that was my indie kind of 15-track, what I kind of sat through. Today I was in an indie mood. I have no idea why. Because, I mean, I can go from screaming thrash metal, death metal, to like a calypso on over to a classical. It just, I go through whatever different moods that I go through, right? And I want to listen to those different style of music. Old Hiroshi, Brazil. Outstanding. You speak Portuguese? I want to see you knock out some Portuguese. There, Old Hiroshi. Let's check that out. How you doing there? If you're new to the stream and you like what you see, we're back in Red Dead Online. I didn't want to reinstall it. Red Dead Online's going nowhere, but it's such a beautiful game and it's a social game and I like playing it, so what the fuck, right? I meant what the hell, right? Plus, I get to be my Lakota that I am. And that's how I am in real life, and that's how I roll in the video game, so... Although I don't look like that, but, you know, hey. Somebody has to. And, yeah, and still streaming. I noticed there aren't a lot of people that are streaming Red Dead Online anymore, which is kind of a shame. Which is such a visually stunning game. There isn't really anything like this unless you're playing like The Witcher or you're playing Grand Theft Auto or Assassin's Creed. But then again, those are single-player games. The fact that I can slowly stroll down this path with Zen Naga on his horse, you know, if I had anybody else that joined us tonight, unfortunately Fable's playing something else. Danny, I'm sure, is playing something else, and nobody else joined us tonight. Mike wasn't able to get online. I guess no Marilyn's Mole would have been lovely if Marilyn's Mole would have joined us today. But it is what it is. It's a Wednesday. So if you like what you see, hit the like button. Helps us, I think. If there's any other, you know... I mean, obviously, I'm no PvP cat. I'm no Hazard. I don't have 1 million subscribers boosting my stuff. Yeah, I'm Lakota Ogala from South Dakota in real life. And on here, I made these guys Lakota Sioux. Even though we don't use the word Sioux, but I made this guy, yeah, Lakota Sioux. So.
And if any of you had some strange, surreal life experience, then Real Talk will probably interview you.
I would. Absolutely. Oh, you're Seminole. That's cool, Henry. I think we did a show. We did a, you know, I want to say a show, but wow, random horse over there with two cowboys rolling by there. I will take out the white man. You point that gun near me. I've got a bow. I'll take your ass out. But I'm a good Sioux. We do. I know we have a few in our group that are American Indian tribes. I know we haven't played with Lost Point a little while, but he's Blackfeet. Yeah, he's Blackfeet. Mike being Hispanic, but I'm sure he's got some roots. You know, he's in Texas, so we got a blueberry, couple of blueberries out there. Let's see if they're going to get hostile as they ride past us. Going to get hostile? No? Good. All right, good.
We have at least 3 people from Texas.
Oh, yeah, right.
Danny Lacutti.
Oh, Danny's in, you're in Texas? I thought you're in Oklahoma, aren't you?
No, Texas.
You're who's
Valentine.
Valentine, that's right.
Yeah.
Valentine, that's in Oklahoma. Okay. Brian, you seemed so happy. It's a good song, right? Hey, Brian, how you doing, pal? Yeah, you know, like I said, I was in a funky, weird kind of mood, and I've got like, I'm not gonna lie, I've bought music and I've stole music. You know, come on, I'm a Napster generation. No, I'm not. I'm way before Napster, but hell, when Napster was around, dude, I was ripping songs like crazy, man. But I got this app on my phone where I'm able to rip songs, and I rip a lot of obscure songs too. Brian's out there in Houston, by the way. Zen.
Yeah.
Question. I know I've asked you this before, but give me the origins of your name in the game. Zen Naga.
Well, Naga is
Snake.
you know what? Yeah. Well, yeah.
LimeWire, Napster. You're absolutely right, Henry.
Yeah. And Zen is just like between the yin and the yang. I think, you know, it doesn't really. It's like a neutral,
Okay, well, I get the Zen. I mean, I love meditating in a Zen garden, you know. My old house, the house that I was formerly in before I was rudely evicted, I built I built a Zen garden with a torii gate at the entrance of the Zen garden. I had 2,000-gallon koi ponds with a stone waterfall that the water was being generated through solar power that my buddy set up. Let's see if I can find anything. What do we got right here? Whitetail buck. A whitetail buck running through fresh oil. Let's see if there's any tarot cards or any collectibles over here. The dailies have changed. I'm going to hop in real quick and tell y'all what the dailies are. If you're playing Red Dead Online, it's 1 alligator killed, 2 herons skinned. You're going to find herons and alligators are going to be located in LaGras. 9 banded armadillos skinned.
Event?
5 non-player enemies killed at long range.
Yeah.
Placed top 3 in a race. Visited Katoro Springs, which we'll be able to do because it's right near Wapiti, where my camp is. Weapons customized. You'll need to go to a gunsmith for that. If you're a bounty hunter, 2 bounties brought in from New Hanover posters. 3 bounty targets hogtied with reinforced lasso. I think you're going to need to be at least level 5 or level 10 to be able to have that if you're just starting off for your bounty hunter. 2 bounty targets taken down with bolas. Also, you're going to need to be, I think, around rank 10 to have a bola, which you'll buy at the fence. If you're a trader, 3 donated deadly predator carcasses or skins. I happen to have a few wolves on the back here, courtesy of Zen Naga taking them out for me. 7 medium animal carcasses donated to Crips, and 1 resupply completed with at least 5 minutes left. While I don't know why they put that in the 15 to 20 area, because you can do resupplies at rank 5, so weird. If you're a collector, you're going to be looking for 3 arrowheads found. You're going to need a metal detector, eagle eye. You're going to need a metal detector in your shovel for the arrowheads. 5 bird eggs found. 3 collectibles found with a shovel. Well, if you're looking for 3 arrowheads, you're going to knock off 2 birds with 1 stone by completing both of those together. If you're a moonshiner, completed special moonshine recipe. Crafted toxic moonshine. Moonshine sold with 5 minutes left. And if you're a naturalist, 7 crafted or cooked at wilderness camp. 2 hearty tonics used when too hot or too cold. And sedated animals revived, which again, we're now, 13 days, 14 days in a row where I've had that one and it hasn't changed. If you happen to complete 7 daily challenges, you're going to get an extra 30 nuggets. And if you complete 9 daily roll challenges, you'll collect an extra 30 nuggets. We're not quite in December 1st yet, so I think we're stuck in the challenge streak 1 right now. Because, again, the challenges end on the 28th. We have to assume that, I mean, this game didn't come out in February, correct? Because it would make sense, because February has 28 days, unless you're lucky to get that leap year every once in a while, right? So I don't know why it's a 28-day streak instead of a 30 or a 31. That's really strange to me. I'm not seeing any tarot cards out here, but we will get all greased up here in the oil. Let's see if we can find anything around here. Not seeing any tarot cards or anything. Nothing up there. Nope. Okay.
Jeez.
That guy's got to be a collector, right?
Oh, the one running around?
Yeah.
I didn't find anything with the metal detector. Oop. Son of a monkey, hiccups again. See nothing over here. Nothing popping up there. I know the Jinroki map. I don't use it anymore. I've maxed out my rank. What I will do is use my wilderness camp if I can. Nope. Okay. Let's find another location. See if I can get my wilderness. There we go. That was a weird delay. Now I wasn't able to get to my camp today. My camp wasn't showing up. But I'm going to craft and cook 7 items in here.
Oh, what the?
What did you see?
I was trying to save somebody in this game and she died.
Okay, you're playing Fallout?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what else we can cook here. Let's work on this right here. Let's change our quantity to 3 times. Let's see if this works. I don't think it'll work. Sometimes cooking the 3 times doesn't work when you're trying to cook 7 things. But we'll try it twice. Because technically I would have cooked 7 things if it works. We'll see if we get the nuggets to show up here. Zen, how you doing on time?
I'm okay.
Okay. Nope, I didn't see anything pop up that time. Alright, so let's go with... Let's turn those off and try it single at a time here. When I get in karate, couldn't spring any English, Alan says. Don't understand what that means. Fable, translate.
Wait, who said what?
What Alan just wrote. Also, if anybody...
When you got into karate, you couldn't speak any English? Is that what you meant?
Still not coming.
Maybe it's like a spell check and he meant to write speaking and came out as spring.
Right. It's always nice to try to entertain what you all say to me. Sometimes I get the porn, which should be popping up any moment. Sometimes I get the trolls, which is all the time, which is entertaining as well. Are you gonna... Come on, I know I've cooked over 7 things here, for crying out loud. I'm not getting any nuggets.
I saw I caught a video the other day on YouTube. Some guy in America went to looking at all the places from Red Dead and found out that they were all based on real places.
Oh, yeah. I watched that video. That was a great video, right? He's done that for GTA and a couple of other games. Yeah, where he was like going through Cottoro Springs is Yellowstone, right? And he was going through Wyoming and Oklahoma, and yeah.
And Saint Denis is
New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there we go. We just cooked 7 crafted cooked. Well, perfect. Okay. All right. Alligators. We'll go out there for that. Not going to do any races. So we can go over to Cottoro Springs, or Clitoris Springs, as I like to call it. So our everything's showing up here. Thank goodness. It wasn't showing up before. Hey, wee Choppy. Wee Choppy is my girl dog. That's my girl dog. Wee Choppy. That's my girl. That's my girl. So we'll take this on over to 11. It's 11 minutes after 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll take it to 11 p.m. since I don't know why Rockstar hasn't adjusted for daylight savings. We'll take this over into Cottoro Springs so we can get that, which is going to be right here. Should probably, by the time we enter it right about here, it's going to hit us. Can you see where Madame Nazar is? Fable?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah.
Okay. All right, we want to go this way here. No. Well, it's not this way. We're going to want to go out this way here. And I always crash on these little bridges here.
She looks to be in Vulgar Blade.
Oh, my God. We're so far away. Okay. I don't need anything from her, but it's always nice to sell things when I want to get up to $3,000. If Zach's still on the stream, because when we had that last day, Zach, the one day I said I was never coming back to Red Dead, and Zach dared me to spend all my money in gold and buy everything that I can find. I bought every pamphlet. I went all the way down to 0 gold, $0, and after reinstalling the game, this is where I'm at right now, 50 gold with $2,300. Oh my God! I kicked myself in the ass for getting rid of everything, but whatever. It's not like I need to buy anything except for ammunition. There we go. Daily challenges. Visited Cottoro Springs. There's 10 nuggets. When in doubt, you're not gonna go out there. You're not gonna go out there and we get thrown off anyway. Come on, come here, horse. Woo! That scared you, huh? That scared you. See if we can find some wolves. You know, there's always the deadly predators that come along over here. Where are they at? Where are you, deadly predators? Not showing up. Weird. So yeah, if you got a question or a comment, hit that little say something doohickey right there, and we'll give you a shout out and we'll try to answer your question. If you got, maybe you have a ghost story or something like that.
Ghost question.
Yeah, or a ghost question. Something about ghosts or spirits.
Or shampoo and conditioner.
Or shampoo and conditioner. What shampoo? What dildo you like to use? Maybe you haven't tried bags of dicks lately. But if you like a bag of dicks, well, we can always hook you up. Where the heck are these wolves? Why are they not coming out? Alright, let's get the
Bag
metal
of Dicks
detector.
has survived the recession. The small
Yeah,
business.
surprisingly. Oh, we do have a collectible. I've got a flash. Okay, so let's see which direction we can go in.
How? Maybe it's a side business. I don't know.
Oh, it's got to be a side business, right? Oh, we're going in the right direction, possibly. Let's try over here. You're definitely going in the right direction.
This is nuts. Danny, that girl's buying stuff from my vending machine, but I'm full.
Who?
The girl on the other girl on the
How
team.
weird is that?
Oh.
This thing was going nuts when I was heading over here, and now it's... Okay, maybe it's over here. What the hell is happening? Here it is. Alright, collectible right here. And we have a coin or an arrowhead, let's see.
Oh, yeah, they are.
There we go. Some diamond rings, not an arrowhead or a coin, but dig up with a shovel, so that works. Okay, nothing else. Alan is online playing Red Dead Redemption 2. You're playing the story mode or you're playing the online mode? Let's have a shower. Oh, God. Try not to die over here. Let's see. This is not seeing any wolves. Don't want to fall off the cliff. No, we're not going that way, sweetheart.
Nuclear waste.
Here, I'm going to head down onto this bridge here. Okay, maybe not. I'm gonna.
Have you got any predator bait? Maybe that'll bring them out.
Oh, that's true. That would definitely work. See if I can get back over here. I'll go put them down where those wolves usually come out. Back over here. Put some predator bait down.
What is it? What is it? Under provisions?
I believe so. Or you can go R2 on items on your fishing pole. Herbivore bait, predator bait. Here we go. Oh, let's try it again. Oh, you did not want to put it down. There we go. Put it down right here. Okay. So predator bait is down. So now let's back out of the area and see if the wolves come a-running. Or maybe a cougar. Oh. That was a scary sound. Let's see what
How do you put the predator bait down? I can find it on the wheel. But I can't.
yeah, so you just basically get off your horse and then use your joystick to click on it, and then it'll just put it down. It'll throw down a couple of pieces of meat. So yeah, so L1, find it on your wheel by R1 over to predator bait, then use your right joystick so you highlight it. There you go.
Alright, okay.
And then you got to kind of back off a little ways so you can attract some critters. No guarantee that they'll show up.
No.
But 39 degrees. Holy monkey. Starting to yawn. Holy monkey.
39. Yeah.
39.
39 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, on the thing here, because we're in Cotoro Springs, so we're technically in Yellowstone, which is what?
I thought you were talking about Winnetka, California.
Oh no, God! Winnetka is. I'll tell you just a second. Let me turn on the internet. The internet.
It sounds about right.
Right. It's
It's
54
like
degrees.
Low 40s. Okay.
It's 54. Well, it's supposed to be in the high 40s this whole week. We were supposed to get rain, but I guess the rain isn't showing up till looks like 8 o'clock Thursday night, if it even manifests.
So
Thursday through Saturday.
In the States, you use Fahrenheit.
Yes.
That's alien to me.
I know. The metric system.
No, I don't. Even like the metric system, like kilometers and things like that, I've got used to while I living in Asia. In England, we still use miles and feet and inches rather than meters. Meters is
okay.
Meters is probably more common now. But as far as temperature is concerned, we use
Celsius.
centigrade.
Oh, centigrade. That's different than Celsius, I take it?
I don't know, is it? 100 degrees centigrade is boiling point. Is that 100 degrees Celsius as well? Boiling point for water. 100 degrees centigrade.
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm mentally retarded when it comes to mathematical things. Ask Fable. She knows everything. For crying out loud, her name is Periodic Fable.
Fable, what shampoo do you use, really?
I use this combination of...
I use a cum from some young guy. Sorry.
A combination of shampoo and conditioner called oatmeal and honey. It's...
Called what and honey?
Oatmeal and honey.
Oatmeal, that sounds like a Scottish porridge.
Oatmeal or oat neon?
It's an obscure brand, but it really helps people with super long hair.
Well, oatmeal, like as in wheat type thing, oats.
It's just the name of the brand. It's not actual.
So you use boxes of Scottish porridge oats and add honey to it. Is that right? So
hey, I got a question for Fable.
Yeah.
Fable, do you live in an iron lung?
An iron lung. You doing a play on words on the card?
No, I'm just asking you. Have you ever been in an iron lung?
No.
Hyperbaric chamber?
No.
I would think with the breathing type of stuff that the hyperbaric would be a good therapy, but okay.
Fable, I got a question for you. Do you eat out or eat at home mostly?
I eat at home mostly. I don't eat out.
You cook at home, do you?
Yeah.
But do you make Thai food?
Sometimes.
Now,
I'm not really that good
when
at it.
you make Thai food, I've asked this question before. When you make Thai food, do you call it Thai food or just food?
Just I'm hungry.
No, I'll call it Thai food.
Right, like people who are Chinese, do they say we're going to get Chinese food? If they're American, they're going to say, like American Chinese, they're going to say, let's go get Chinese food tonight. But if they're Chinese, do they say, let's go get food?
Well, I say Thai food because my friends aren't Thai. You know.
Okay, makes sense.
So it helps distinguish. I'm gonna have this.
Right, because you could be saying, okay, I'm gonna go get Thai food and lie to them, and it's actually like a quesadilla or something, right? No, too soon. My bad. Silver fox.
So do you cook for friends often?
I've tried, yeah.
Try, but isn't try a word for foul?
For foul?
Well, that's what they say. Try and foul, isn't it?
Try and fail. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't hate it. It seemed to sort of like
They
it.
didn't hate it. Sound like they're very polite. So what Thai foods do you cook?
Like pad Thai and chicken fried rice.
Yeah.
Called pad
And do
Thai.
you use Thai rice for that, or American rice, or?
I try to get the rice that's It's, I guess, Asian from the groceries. Like an Asian brand.
And what's your snack like in the evening? What if you're going to snack out on something? What's your?
I'm
what's
hungry
your
for
go-to
snacks.
snack?
Cup of noodles.
Like Pockies?
Sorry, you like what?
Pockies.
Porkies. Are we back on dildos again? Are we? Fable, I'm surprised at you now.
You eat
From Champ, I
dildos?
expect
Gross.
from Champ, I expect nothing less, but from you,
Damn
come
right.
on.
What's a
I'm trying to keep
Pocky?
it clean. Porky.
You don't remember what a Pocky is?
Pocky?
Wait, hold on a minute.
Those are
pretty-
good, dude.
Yeah, you know what it is, Champ. It's those...
Is it skin, the pig skin, wherever it is, crisp?
Nah, it's...
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would... Like a pork
It's
skin?
those,
pork rind?
No, no, no.
Pockies.
It's those,
I've never heard of Pockies.
No, you've... 100% you've seen them. Because you're 53 and you live... Yes.
What are they? What part of the pig are they?
They're
I take
just-
it they're from the pig.
No, it's a candy. Like, it's like a breadstick sort of thing, but it's glazed.
Oh, okay.
That does not sound familiar to me.
Hey,
It doesn't sound familiar, but 1% you've seen it.
hey, Champ.
How is it spelled?
P-O-C-K-Y.
Oh, Pocky.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I know. They're like sticks with a
out of
chocolate
freaking
tip on the end,
Reviver.
right? Or something.
Yes, it's glazed, like halfway through, or even more, actually. Like 75% of it's glazed, either chocolate or
Send them a
strawberry.
lot here. Hey, Champ, I got a question for you.
Sure.
If I say to you, moo, what animal comes to mind? Moo.
Cow?
Yeah, you'd think so, right? You know, in Thailand, that's the word for pork.
Yeah, moo.
Moo?
Yeah, but it's got this accent. Like, yeah, it's moo.
And I'll tell you another
Like
thing here as
M-O-U-L?
well.
Like mool?
No, M-O-O.
Huh.
It's just M-O-O, but in order to pronounce it correctly, you've got to, like, I don't know.
Here's your wolves. Here's your wolves. You come in,
No,
or am I going to have to shoot them?
Oh, wait. Just let them run around. Because I'm crafting some animal reviver. I got to revive
really?
another sedated animal.
English being first language causes a little bit of obstruction in learning the tones and stuff from the Asian
Yeah.
languages.
Definitely. It's also as well like when you do impression of animals. The Thai people, the way they make the chicken sound and all these things is totally weird.
Let me sedate one of these wolves.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm still running around, but these wolves still chasing me. They're not asleep yet.
I'm running over there so I can sedate one and revive it. I don't see any red. Where are they?
Over here.
Oh, I hear it. I hear it over here. Come here, buddy. Ow, you fucker.
Your wife speaks to you in English every day, Zen?
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't try to...
There we
Teach
go.
me Thai.
Yeah.
No, you know what? It's not a good thing. It'd be like teaching your wife to drive a car. Because she sort of comes from like I think
Okay.
pretty good family.
Go
And,
bite
I'll
somebody
ask her,
else.
Say, an example is I'll say, how do I say so-and-so in Thai? And she say, well, you can use this word da-da-da, or for formal occasion you can use da-da-da, or you can do... I say, forget it. Yeah, in English if someone says, what I say is you can just come up with one word that one size fits all, but with her it's like, oh, you can do this, oh, another way you can do this, oh okay, forget it.
There's like a rank thing too when you call
That's not my horse.
like elder people.
All right. Is
like-
that my horse? No, that's a human. There she is right here. Alrighty. I don't think you're going to be able to skin those wolves. I know you're trying to find them. because I sedated them so that I could get. Do you leaving the paranormal? Do you believe? You mean?
Believe or live? Do we live in the paranormal? That's a good question.
You switched the server, Danny?
Yeah, my power glitched.
That's what happened to Chimp.
Yeah, fucking power glitched. So I had to stop.
What's happening?
Do you live in the paranormal, or do you believe?
Yeah, I'm not sure what Alan, if you can repeat that question.
Hey, I got a question for you. What does it mean to believe?
What does it mean to believe?
Yeah. You see, I found for one thing, writing stuff, I often find there's no word really to say what you really want to say. But as I've got older, words like any word, what does it actually mean? It's like love. What does the word love mean? I know in Greek they got 4 or 5 different words for love, but people love their phone, people love their this, people love their that. What does it mean to believe in something? What does it mean? Like someone says, do you believe in the paranormal? It's just, I mean, does that mean do you accept it, or I mean?
Yeah, I think it's accept, right?
To think something is real or exists, like you think it exists or is real.
Yeah, but
as a concept.
to believe in something has a much more deeper connotation than just to. I mean, do you believe in Joe Biden? I mean, like, I know he exists. Do I believe
Okay, in that context, it's more like confidence.
Yeah, exactly.
To have confidence.
And what does it... Okay, so then I'll come back to you. What does it mean to have confidence?
Here, I'm going to read you. I'm going to read you a quick monologue.
You see, to explain one word, you're using another word that obviously has a different meaning because it's not the same word. Fable.
Right.
Yeah, Champ. What was you going to do?
I'm gonna read you something, and you're going to tell me what movie it's from. In the same vein of you asking about love. So if I asked you about art, you'd probably give me the skinny on every art book ever written. Michelangelo, you know a lot about him. Life's work, political aspirations, him and the Pope, sexual orientation, the whole works, right? But I bet you can't tell me what it smells like in the Sistine Chapel. You've never actually stood there and looked up at that beautiful ceiling, seen that. If I asked you about a woman, you'd probably give me a syllabus of your personal favorites. You may have even been late a few times. But you can't tell me what it feels like to wake up next to a woman and feel truly happy. You're a tough kid. I ask you about war, and you'd probably throw Shakespeare at me, right? Once more into the breach, dear friends. But you've never been near one. You've never held your best friend's head in your lap and watched him gasp his last breath, looking to you for help. And if I asked you about love, you'd probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman and been truly vulnerable. Known someone could level you with her eyes. Feeling like God put an angel on earth just for you. Who could rescue you from the depths of hell? And you wouldn't know what it's like to be her angel and to have that love for her to be there forever, through anything, through cancer. You wouldn't know about sitting up in a hospital room for 2 months, holding her hand because the doctors could see in your eyes that the term visiting hours doesn't apply to you. You don't know about real loss because that only occurs when you love something more than you love yourself. I doubt you've ever dared to love anybody that much. I look at you, and I don't see an intelligent, confident man. I see a cocky, scared, shitless kid. But you're a genius, Will. No one denies that. No one could possibly understand the depths of you. But you presume to know everything about me because you saw a painting of mine and you fucking ripped my life apart? You're an orphan, right? Do you think I'd know the first thing about how hard your life has been? How you feel? Who you are because I read Oliver Twist? Does that encapsulate you? Personally, I don't give a shit about all that because, you know what? I can't learn anything from you I can't read in some fucking book. Unless you want to talk about you, who you are, and I'm fascinated, I'm in. But you don't want to do that, do you, sport? You're terrified of what you might say. You're removed, Chief.
Yeah, I recognize that. I recognize that.
That
Not
monologue?
word for word. Yeah, I recognize the monologue or the gist of the monologue. But if you asked me which movie it was, I would not have a clue to say.
It's
A few
Good
things
Will
come-
Hunting.
Robert De Niro.
No, Robin Williams.
Oh, okay.
Good Will
Is
Hunting.
that Matt Damon? Or-
Matt Damon
sorry,
and Good Will Hunting, yeah. They're basically in the park, and this is after Matt Damon basically sees the paint by numbers. Paint by numbers, eh? Who's that? Whitey rowing the boat all by himself, huh? He tells him and rips him apart, and yeah, he does the whole thing trying to get him to come to basically get out of his shell and come talk to him. Great fucking monologue if you can learn it.
Yeah. I think one of the best definitions I've ever heard for art is the greatest lie to tell the greatest truth.
Spoken by whom?
I can't remember. By a person.
By a person. I like it.
Yeah.
Starting to rain. Whew, I'm getting nauseous.
There's no umbrellas here. No umbrellas here, is there?
I don't think they. Yeah, why they had parasols? They've had them all the way back since the beginning of time. But why? You know, I wonder if I never really paid attention to like the women, the fancier women, like in Saint Denis, when it's raining, if they have an umbrella or a parasol or something. I guess I never paid attention to it.
Yeah.
If they just stand and get drenched in the rain.
Well, we're into the realm of asking questions we don't know the answers to.
We don't know the answers to, right? Yeah.
Chip, if you did trivia on like a Van Damme or Stallone movie, it would be a lot briefer.
Right. The Gen Z would get that. Interesting.
But Fable, do you get my meaning? When you try to describe a word, use another word that has a different meaning.
Yeah, it just rotates or it keeps going in circles.
Yeah, it spirals down into the
It
abyss.
spirals. Yeah.
But I really don't know. I think I make my missus think I'm crazy sometimes because she'll say something. I say, what does that actually mean?
What did she ask?
She just says, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
She doesn't want to partake in your conversation?
No,
she doesn't want to overanalyze.
No, she knows what I'm like. She's known me for a long, long time. She knows what I'm like. She says I'm just not like normal people.
You gonna shoot at me, sir?
I'll give him a respectful bow, but I've got my double-barrel shotgun.
Oh, I saw a gun come out there.
Looked, Stephen waved at me, so he's all right.
All right.
He's waving at you now.
I hit him with a respectful bow. I can't see the name of their clan, but
yeah.
You guys are in my neck of the woods.
They're waving.
Keep leading my horse. Come on.
one of them must be thinking, "Hey, should we grief them?" One of them
Right.
must be thinking that.
Well, you can look at the player list and tell me what level those guys are. I don't want to open up my player list for fear of stream sniping.
All right.
Even though we're only in the last 20 minutes of the stream. They've ridden past us, so I don't think they're a threat at this point. But what level are they?
Let's have a look. Fast and locked. Stephen, hang on a second. Fast is 157, and Lock Stephen is 20. The guy that was waving to you is a level 23.
Oh, okay. So he wasn't going to fuck with, our levels. His buddy may have, being in the hundreds. But but the other one, yeah. I usually the people that grief me, if they're not in a 7-man posse of level 500s and above, they're usually like a level 10, someone that's just trying to get some cred or something like that, But eventually, after them getting owned by us, they give up. So, PvP, but griefing, it's something.
Last time I was on here, I was getting griefed by a guy with 70, but he was really, really good.
Right. Well, yeah, that one time that was you, me, Michael. Yeah, I think it was just you, me, and Michael, right? Or was Mole on? I don't remember. That last time we were all on, I think it was like a Wednesday or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, but he ran away eventually, but
eventually gave up, right? And it was one guy by himself. Exactly.
That was weeks and weeks ago.
Weeks ago,
That was
yeah.
like
I haven't been griefed in a while. Yeah.
That was a level 430 sniper.
Oh yeah,
And
that one dude. Yeah, right. Yeah, being a douchebag, right? I haven't been griefed. It seems like when Michael's on, yeah, we get griefed, and unless Lost Boy's with us, then if he starts it, then he finishes it. He finishes it.
Yeah, you can just put your feet up.
I don't have to do anything. Lost Boy will fuck couches, and I haven't played with Lost Boy in a little while since the last time he hopped on with us. So it'd be nice if he hopped on one of these days, just roll through the public lobby. But in the last week or so, 2 weeks of playing Red Dead, I've not been bothered, which has been pretty good. Occasionally somebody will come by and they'll either ride past me super fast and not mess with me, kind of like the groups today have been, or I get shot and then I turn around and blow them up with dynamite, and they don't fuck with me again after that. Of course, I'm not doing any large wagons or anything like that where anybody's fucking with us. We did get messed with Lacutti's wagon the other couple of weeks ago or so. They came and stole his wagon, but I think or they blew it up or something happened. I don't remember. But we ended up, he just reset the game, and it was close to when we were getting ready to log off. But so
I remember one time. It's only happened to be once that someone's battled me and actually managed to take my wagon from me.
Yeah.
But when I went back to the chips again, there was a full load ready to go. Does that happen to you?
Sometimes, if the game bugs out, tweaks out a little bit. Way back in June, July, August, back in the summer when we were really getting heavily griefed, was Running Blind and myself doing a large wagon. Running Blind was nowhere near me, so I was like pretty much soloing this shit. And I had two guys run up on me and blow up the wagon with dynamite arrows and kill me in the process. But Running Blind's like, just close out the game. I closed out the game so I could restart it again, so I didn't lose anything. But
I'll tell you what is nice though is when you get maybe somewhere like the Great Plains, you get griefed, and then they're making a delivery, and you can go at them with explosive whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I always keep like my weapons. I've got my dynamite arrows, my fire arrows for the most part. I'll keep my dynamite. I'll switch over to explosive slugs or incendiary. I'll switch this over to explosive, and then I'll, switch this over to either, the rolling block or Carcano or something, and make sure,
Isn't it a bummer that you've just done you've got your varmint rifle out and you've just got an egg, and then you get griefed and you can't find your horse, and all you got is a frigging varmint rifle.
Right. Right? Yeah, it's stupidity. But I have the shit ready in case I need to throw down. I mean, if I'm getting grief relentlessly, I'll just I'll leave the server, go somewhere else. But like I said, it hasn't happened in a while, so it's been okay. So this is the first time coming back to the base, and they're being a camp here. Like when I spawned in today, there was no camp. Okay. Why am I brushing you again? I'm trying to.
So it's behaving itself a bit more these days.
Sometimes it works, but sometimes it just doesn't work in here. Just it is what it is, right?
Do you actually put on weight in this game?
I don't believe you can on the online mode. You can buy those tonics from Harriet that lets you gain weight. Extreme weight gain, it says. If you want to spend $200 on those potions, I don't know. I think mainly in the story mode is when you gain weight and grow hair and stuff like that. I don't think it really works in the online mode. I think they probably wanted it to work, but it never did. Yeah. At least I don't think so.
Yeah. If you keep eating those meats and then die and keep eating another one, and die and rinse and repeat, you will gain weight. Like it'll be in the status as overweight.
Yeah, you'll fatten yourself up a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's make some more of these things here. So the next time we're online, Thursday, I didn't go to karaoke last Thursday, and I don't remember why. It was either too cold, I was just too lazy. I don't know what the situation was. Alan Wilkinson asks, "Do you believe in ghosts?"
He really wants to talk about paranormal.
Oh yeah, well let's
now.
talk about it. We've got about 13 minutes left. We can continue. Yeah, I not as much as I did growing up. I believed in ghosts huge growing up because that's all my mother and like my sister talked about. Hi, Sammy. What's going on? You want food?
I'm going to have a question now. I'm going to throw it at Fable as much as out there. What is a ghost? What do you mean by a ghost?
Yeah, try it. What do you mean by a ghost? Okay, Fable, what do you say?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
What is when someone says ghost? What do they mean? Is that the question?
What does it mean? Not when someone says ghost. What do they mean? That's quite easy to know what they mean. But what does it actually? What does it mean? A ghost? What is a ghost? I mean, here out in this part of the world, you have hungry ghosts. But what does it mean, a ghost? I mean, you have a residual energy in places. You have some people think it's like that someone that's died is hanging around. In Tibet, they
ghosts.
say that they hang. In Tibet, they say that when you die, you hang around for 40 days. And I mean, what is a ghost? What do you mean to believe in something? I have to know what it is. What is a ghost?
To believe in, like. A spirit, not corporeal, but not flesh, but some sort of spirit.
But that's all religions believe, or you said it was more of a Christian, a Catholic Christian, and I don't know how you pronounce it. Judaism.
No, but I mean, if
Judaism?
as a Christian, they have the Holy Ghost, which they mean is the Holy Spirit. I mean, the Spirit and Ghost is two different things. But I mean. But what is a ghost exactly? What is a ghost? I mean, if you say a ghost is this,
that's a spectre.
That's a spectre. It's not. That's a spectre, not a ghost, because it's called spectre.
Well, if you watch the movie Top Gun, wasn't Ghost whose character played? No, we're not talking about that. Okay.
An apparition, spectre.
An apparition, a spectre. A survivalist award, huh?
Like some kind of being that. Is not
a being
living.
So could it be an alien?
No, we're not talking about extraterrestrial like flashing.
Well, but hang on a minute. If the aliens are here among us, how can they be extraterrestrial?
Yeah, why would they be extra?
From this perspective, extraterrestrial as Earth inhabitants, they're extraterrestrial.
Yeah, but like I said to you, that EB had over 90% human DNA, so how can that be not of the Earth?
Oh, 90%?
Over 90%. I think it was, I can't
Over
remember if it was
90%
90
what?
human DNA.
The aliens?
Yeah, mitochondrial DNA from the female. Just like going back to Eve, the same mitochondrial DNA that runs through everyone going back to Eve or the first woman.
Hey,
Whatever
Simply
you
Champ.
do,
Welcome.
DNA goes back to one person. The DNA link goes back to one person. So the same mitochondrial DNA that runs through all humanity was also found to be over 90% of this EB. So how can they be extraterrestrial?
What makes them extra, by the way? Why not just terrestrial? What makes them extra?
Because terrestrial means Earth, so the extra in this case means not of the Earth, I guess.
Not of the Earth?
Yeah, I think it's probably like
It's a residential thing. They don't live here.
Yeah.
And the
It's
difference
probably...
between, say, organic and inorganic. So, like when they say an extraterrestrial, like an ET, is an organic based life form, right? You're saying EV. Is EV a person or is EV...
EB.
And what is does EB initials for something?
Yeah, it's an they call it an acronym or something?
An actual being? Okay.
Extraterrestrial biological entity.
Okay. Now the word entity, there was a movie that came out in the either 80s or 90s, The Entity. Did you ever see that movie? That's one of the most frightening movies I have ever seen next to The Exorcist. The Entity.
Because it's psychological chills,
oh
right?
My God, because the ghost in it, this poltergeist, takes over this woman, and she thinks it's an ex-husband or an ex-boyfriend that gets killed in a motorcycle accident or something, and he comes back to haunt her, and he physically manipulates, like raping her, and you see like the handprints of her breasts being, squeezed and her legs being parted, and she's getting physically raped by an entity ghost, and you actually see her skin getting pressed by, depressed by fingers and stuff. But it's not just one, because she's she's coming out of the shower, and this ghost attacks her and spreads her eagle against the shower, the wall of the shower, and somebody's holding her arm, her leg, her feet. So it's not just the one entity. It's somehow he's got other demon spirits.
Yeah,
it is. Oh my God, I got to look it up.
To be honest, I avoid movies like that. They have no appeal to me.
For me, slasher movies have no appeal to me. This movie came out in 1982. The Entity. It's a single mother, Carla Morin Barbara Hershey, is raped and attacked by an invisible force. She begins therapy with Dr. Phil Snyderman, Ron Silver, a psychiatrist who believes Carla's traumatic past is motivating her to commit self-induced injuries rather than anything supernatural. When the attacks continue, but shit's happening because her son gets thrown across the room, and like I said, this is the first time I've seen something like that other than The Exorcist. Oh, that movie fucked my brain.
Psychologists and modern scientists or empirical thinking is always going to come up with a non-spiritual view of something.
Well, if you could debunk it and make it that it comes from your own mind, right?
Well, like for millennia, people have seen about spirits and possession and things like that, but now with pharmaceuticals, it doesn't exist no more. It's just.
Or taking peyote and hallucinating.
You call it in America mental problems, not spiritual problems.
Right. So, but they ghosts and things like that can be. And my father always said that my father was a scientist, so that he always believed that we created these things in our own brain to scare us, because humans innately in their DNA obviously, like when we talked about fears that one day, with fears with spiders, arachnophobia, that we have things like already built in our DNA, scaring us to death, basically.
Yeah, but in your father's universe, that may well be true.
Right. He doesn't believe in ghosts, even though my mother, all she talked about were spirits and,
Yeah, but
you know,
they're two different lives, two different universes, two different experiences of reality, you know. I mean, it's like when we was talking the other day to that doctor, whatever it was, he didn't believe in UFOs, but if you've never seen a UFO, why would you? If you've never seen
right.
a
But even if you did
spirit,
see it, how do you know you didn't manifest it in your brain, or it could be debunked as a military aircraft, or...
Again, it depends what it is you're seeing and what you're experiencing, what your experience with it. I mean, if you're just looking up the sky and seeing something, there could always be a logical explanation for it.
Right.
But that's what I always look to. But it depends on your experience, you know. If you've,
Hi,
you
monkey.
know.
Hi, monkey.
But back to the question though, what is a ghost? That guy wants
What
you to
is
answer.
a ghost?
You said if you can ask a question, we'll answer it. Now we've got to just know what is a ghost.
All right. So, Alan, what do you think is a ghost?
Yeah, what is a ghost? Define ghost so that we can say.
Define ghost.
And define ghost and define believe.
There's a ghost in Preston Park. You see him, I phoenix my phone. I phoenix my phone. You photographed him with your phone. Okay, so is this a shadow? Was this like a shadow that you seen? Something out of the corner of your eye? But if you photographed it with your phone, then it had to have been a physical object, correct? You know, it had to have been... if it's just a shadow and you take a picture of a shadow...
It's creepy.
Well, no, you were
If
saying
it's not your own
saying earlier on. You were saying earlier, but technology is able to pick up things that,
like your EVPs or your spectrum meters or whatever, you know, a UV.
Even photographs, when people have printed them out, they've seen things in there that they
in the photographs
didn't see at the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Thailand has loads of things like that where people are at a party and there's someone looking over your shoulder and things like that.
Oh God.
No.
You know, think about the ancient people before. You know, as I watch these clouds reflect over the tent, if you look over my left shoulder, you'll see clouds moving, and it's making the trees reflect on the top of the tent. I mean, you think in ancient times when people looked up at the sky and saw clouds and stars and thought they were ghosts, and trees you know.
I would say without electricity, they was probably much more aware of what the environment was around them, which may have been easier for things to manifest. I mean, there wasn't so many people in the world then. No, if you're living without electricity and you're more familiar with, less likely to be spooked about living in a place with trees and skies and cloud, because technology hasn't come up with chainsaws and trucks to haul it away and whatever. I would have thought they would be well aware of it. But it's like here though, you know, it's a Buddhist country, but they have a very, is it animistic or whatever it is? I always forget that word. But the respect for the spirits of the forest, you know, the respect for things like that. We've lost all that now. We live in a different world now. We live in the world of education. We live
Social media.
Exactly. And propaganda and television. We live in a world of television. Well, we're coming out of a world of television, but television has done what it's done. And again, what you mentioned about horror movies, again, they frame people's reality about what are spirits, what are ghosts, whatever. You know, it seems like everything's designed to take us away from the truth, not to lead us to it. Everything.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we're going to wrap up this discussion. Friday, hopefully Friday we'll get you all to come back, because Friday on Red Dead Online we try to do our campfire stories and continue on the conversation of the paranormal, the metaphysics.
And Friday is oatmeal and honey day.
Oatmeal and honey day. We'll be trading our bags of dicks for some shampoo. And
porkers, not
and pokies, whatever she said. But tonight we were joined by Zen Naga, the deep London voice that you heard tonight. That would be you, sir, Zen Naga. His YouTube is Rephrase 594.
Yeah.
Rephrase 594, which can be found in the channel section, amongst other channels that I subscribe to. Cactus Jack. Hey, thank you. I wish you would have joined us, but maybe you'll join us on Friday, Cactus Jack, for some campfire stories. And this is RealTalkChimp. We also had Periodic Fable in the voice party, not in the game with us tonight, but in the voice party.
Hello.
And Danny D, I don't know if you're still there, if you've fallen asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, Danny's there. He was in the voice party as well. They're both playing Fallout 76. Nobody else joined us tonight, which is weird, but, you know, I mean, it happens, I suppose. Crips, you can hear Crips there. He's jackass Crips. But my name is RealTalkChimp, playing on the PlayStation 4 and streaming live on YouTube, RealTalkChimp, and we've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2's Red Dead Online, and we will catch you.
We'll see you anon.
We'll see you anon. And you think about ghosts, as I
believe,
and we'll catch you on the flip side. If I can't remember how to shut off a stream. Here we go. All right, folks, take care.